45 seconds. $30 seconds. The show will start in 15 seconds, and this is your last audible warning.
Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
That there was a white European that colonized us, that stole land.
What is he saying? If you go back far enough, you find out you were sold by your own people. Let's go about that far back. How much farther back you want to go?
Got a yellow G.
Okay.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
Monday, July 27th. This will be your last week. By the way, 2026. Dr. Dan Diaco. He is our Monday, Tuesday guy. He's back on his schedule from jet setting across America.
Good morning.
I think this last vacation you just took, which you got back on Thursday from, might have been the longest time that I've ever known you. Maybe outside of when you went to Oxford for a couple weeks. I can't remember you leaving that for that long.
Oxford was 2 weeks, Indonesia was 2 weeks, and then this.
Indonesia, what was that, a surfing trip?
Yeah.
Is that where you had to break out like suture, like, and use Silvadene, and like there was like you had an emergency like suture kit or something?
Oh, I brought everything. I could have done an appendectomy, and yeah, I did a lot of work there. The first day I was there, the guy that runs the place split his head open on the reef.
Oh,
so was it like in his hair or?
Yeah, it was a big giant scalp laceration to the bone.
So when that happens, when you go in the hair, like when you crack your head in the hair, so to speak, do you have to shave that little spot so that you can get, in, or do you just do you part the hair? I try
to save the hair. Some people shave, but, usually it's nicer if you don't, have a big bald spot for the next 2 months.
But can you get in on the meat?
Yeah, this guy's hair was kind of thin. It was blonde. It was easy to see. He was older.
When you guys are surfing in the wild, so to speak, like the wave generator and the wave, that's not in the wild. Meaning,
it's in the middle of nowhere outside of Fresno.
But they're not gonna they're not gonna put coral reefs in there.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
They clear out the area so that underneath you it's completely sand. It's perfect.
It's cement, actually, like a pool.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you're not gonna hit it.
You do hit it.
You hit the cement?
Oh yeah, I hit it. I bruised my hip. They offer helmets. Some people split their heads there.
Really?
Oh, man. When the wave is actually cracking in the middle, it's only like 3 feet deep.
Oh.
Will that suck you down in and hit you on maybe the concrete?
Yeah, sure will.
Wow, think about the amount of concrete you have to lay, and think about how expensive.
600 yards.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
That's like 6 football fields, right?
Yep.
Well, yeah, really a football field's 120, right?
Yeah, yes.
It's like 5.
Concrete is expensive these days.
Man, have you, Lemmy, you're the building and trades expert here. That are all, you probably have some type of concrete application either you've completed or you have in the works, because you're always up to something over there at your place or your Airbnb. So what's concrete go for now? Doesn't concrete come in different strengths and stuff?
Yes, it does.
Like literally different strengths.
Like qualities?
Yeah.
I mean, you're looking at like 100, 150, whatever, cubic yard.
Now, is that laid? Or
Yes.
is that just poured and you got to pay the Mexicans
You
to
got to
put
pay the
rebar in it?
Mexicans. Yeah, you got to pay the Mexicans. Sometimes they charge you an extra delivery fee depending on how far it is from the plant. So,
And a lot of times they don't like short, like low volume pours. So like they'll get you at the end of the day when they got if you don't need that much, like you're pouring a sidewalk or compared to like a driveway or something like that, they don't like short runs, right?
no, they do not. They
So
would
they
love
tag you on those?
Yeah, they would love your driveway if you had to pave your driveway.
Here's the thing, man. I don't know that I'll
It'd be
ever
like 50 grand.
I don't think I'll ever be able to save enough money to get a I never thought that I would be in I wish I could have a concrete driveway, that was my all-time aspiration. I didn't know that my life would be so dismal that my big coup de grace in life would be not owning another plane, not having a big mansion on the water, but can I just get a concrete driveway where I live now?
It's got to be like 300 feet, right?
Oh God, yeah.
I don't know how many I should feed it. I should feed it out one day. I mean, I got my little
Your roller?
Yeah, the little measuring wheel that you walk behind.
That's a long walk, though, man.
Yeah, it's
Too
way
hot
too much for
that.
me. Merch Crick puts the trash on top of the Crown Vic trunk and drives it down to the curbside.
That's perfect.
Hopefully, Bobby from Live Fast might be dropping off my four-wheeler one of these days. And I think you can buy like at Tractor Supply or Home Depot or something like a little trash caddy. And
Tractor Supply has one.
yeah, like you put you hook it onto your little four-wheeler,
Yep.
and then you just trash caddy it on down. It's a long ass walk. It really is.
Oh, yeah. And they redid the wave pool. Like, after it was first built, they didn't like it, and they decided to redo
You talking
it.
about Kelly Slater's?
Yeah, I
Right.
think they spent like $10 million redoing
Well,
it.
didn't they spend like $60 million building it?
I think so, yeah. It's in that range. If it wasn't 60, it was 50.
And
It may have been 60 once they redid it. That was the extra 10.
And, listen, I've never set foot on either place. I just watch videos from you and Jay. But it looks like that other one has more efficient technology with regards to not having to wait 4 minutes a wave. Like it looks like the other one seems like it would be more
Marketable?
cost effective.
Yeah, more commercial. More
Right,
commercial. This
right.
is more of a niche place.
But whereas Kelly Slater's, some of the lure is Kelly Slater, right?
Right.
I mean, now is he there is he there most of the time?
No, he's there only some of the time. But he already, he's got his like board section, and he's got his own little like private locker, and you almost like pay homage when you see it.
Now is it?
It's like seeing like
is it marketed Kelly Slater's Wave Ranch Willie? I mean, is it just Wave Ranch?
His name's all over it, and his face is all over it. I mean, it was him. It's personifies
Didn't
him.
you tell me that it's like $10,000 a guy or something to go like that? It's just unbelievable, the cost.
Closer to 6, but yeah.
Yeah. Now do they feed you for that? Or?
Oh, like a king.
All right, so like
And lodging.
you're not getting when you pay your $6,000 or whatever it may or may not be, you're not getting a hotel or a like room and board or paying for breakfast. It's all in.
It's all in.
It's all inclusive.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you went and you love, by the way, you are the skinniest man I know for as much as you eat. And in fact, Erica and I were watching the Tour de France yesterday, and those guys were hauling ass, and they had bikes like Dan, and they were just absolutely hauling ass. And then I turned to Eric and I go, just think about it. We were driving e-bikes, going 27 to 30 miles an hour on our e-bikes, which are electrical assist. And I can't.
But you still pedal.
Yeah, you still pedal, but it come on. And so I said, think about this. Dan was able to keep up with us for 22 miles. 11 miles one way and 11 miles back on a non-assist, just straight bike, pedal power. And she goes, Dan's an absolute freak of nature. And I go, I know he is, man. Think about it. This guy's nearly 60 years old, and he can keep up for 22 miles with an e-bike on just a regular. Are those 10 speeds or 12 speeds or 20 speeds? The ones like the ones
12 by 2, so 24 speeds.
You got 24 speed. Yeah. I mean, it was just. Think about this. I mean, like you, I could never even imagine.
No.
I mean, I couldn't even keep up for 2 miles.
Well, you did let me draft off of you.
Oh,
Did that
yeah,
help? Do you
that's
think
it.
that helped?
Oh yeah, that adds a few miles.
For real?
Oh, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
you can
gonna
try to
help me do
downplay
it, too.
try to downplay your brilliantness and your athleticism, but I'm just telling you, you didn't have any, like, you were just straight stock, straight leg power. Did you guys see the guy on that finished the I think it was the 12th leg yesterday of the Tour de France?
It was the final leg.
Oh,
it was the final leg, and he won it on the Champs-Élysées.
Yeah,
and he was riding one of my bikes, a Canyon.
And he collapsed.
I know.
He collapsed at the finish line and was all pretzeled up into the barrier and everything. Did that guy that won? Did he win it all?
No, he just won that day. But he was he's a world champion. If you the guy that wears like the rainbow stripes on his shoulder,
yeah.
that's the world champion.
But usually the winner or the leader of Tour de France wears the infamous yellow jersey.
Correct.
The
The guy that won the yellow has won it like 5 times. He goes for the United Arab Emirates team. He rides a Colnago.
Is he like the next Lance Armstrong, but without the cheating?
He's a modern day guy like that.
Did they
5 times?
With
It's huge.
Tajay
With Lance
Pogacar.
So
Pogacar.
Did they pull all of Lance Armstrong's victories away from him?
Yes, I believe they did.
They did.
I think they took them all.
So wasn't it like 9 or 7?
I think it was 7.
And so they took them all away?
Yeah.
And all
he cheated the whole time. And I got duped on that because I defended him so many times. I'm so mad at myself for it.
Yeah, but hold on. Wasn't he just shooting extra Bubba Clem red blood cells?
That was one of the things he did. He probably did other stuff too. I mean, those guys
he was on
always
human
tried
growth
to stay.
hormone, I think.
Yeah, they were always 5-10 years ahead of the testing. And he had the most money, the most technology backing him up at the time.
But equipment in the Tour de France, does equipment really matter?
Oh, yeah.
No, for real.
Oh, it surely does. Absolutely. And, the tires that Lance Armstrong would have, he'd buy tires and then, have them, age for a couple years before he'd use them. He was down to, tire age.
Well, that or you probably put them on some kind of machine where you can true them and you can actually shape them into like quarter midget time. Well,
I'm sure they messed with his tires before he went on. Yeah, they shaved them or scraped them,
made them more round.
Right. Yeah.
And they probably got all the latest in ceramic bearing technology.
Oh, all ceramic bearings. Yes.
All low drag, and a lot of their bearings, they'll take in a bearing, that little cover that covers the actual ball bearings inside of the bearing is called the race, RACE. And they'll pop that race out, which that race actually just keeps, water and dirt and stuff from getting inside the bearing. It's just a little rubber or even plastic piece that sets against the bearings, and you can literally pull a race out with like a pair of pliers or like a screwdriver. They'll take and it helps you for water and stuff like that long term. But if you're gonna be servicing your bearings after every race. So one of the things I used to do with Tyler's quarter midget is I would run ceramic bearings and I'd pull the races out because we weren't racing on dirt, we were racing on pavement at the time, and it didn't get really.
Would that lower the drag?
Well, it decreases. It doesn't have that much drag, but it's got a little bit. And every little bit, it
adds up.
Every little bit adds up. So I guarantee you they pop the races out of all of their bearings and continue. Go through a complete bearing, overhaul after every race. I also used to, at the top of the shock mounts, I would take these real little needle nose bearings, and it would allow the shock to not bind up. So the top of the shock had these little needle nose flat tapered roller bearings, and so the shock wouldn't bind up. So the shock could truly work when you were putting a load on it. So, the ins and outs of bearing technology, ladies and gentlemen.
The bike technology is they got one way just a little over 15 pounds, and so.
What's yours, about 20?
Mine's like a little over 15 pounds.
Oh, hold on. Yours is right there?
Right there,
Okay.
yeah.
So
I
your
mean,
bike isn't that far removed from what they're winning in Tour de France?
No, it's the exact frame that they used last year. I mean, it's even technology.
Where do
they
you
used
think?
to race.
Where do you think you'd finish in the Tour de France?
Dead last.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
Come on, man. It's pros.
Yeah, these are
It's like,
22-year-old dudes that, like, you know.
Right. How'd you do in the home run competition, Lummy?
Yeah, exactly. Hello, who's this? You're on the air. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is Jay calling out of Panama City.
Hi, Jay. 1011 Panama City, Florida Man Radio. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I watched Video Killed the Radio Star on Tubi yesterday. I got to tell you, it's pretty good, man.
Well, thank you. It really gives people a different perspective, or it kind of solidifies everything that I've been screaming about for years, that everybody thinks that I've just, want to make up excuses and not take responsibility. As you can probably see, you learned a lot of things, but one thing you can tell people that might think it's a big Bubba propaganda piece is that I don't sit here and act like I'm innocent. I take responsibility in what I did.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I've been a listener since the Sirius XM days, and when I was a FTE, but once I got out of the truck, I didn't have Sirius XM no more, so I didn't listen for a long time. And when I heard Hogan had won the money in the settlement, I thought it was all a big work, man. Honestly, I did.
Yeah, a lot of people feel the same. Like, a lot of people were like, well, Bubba and him were in on it. And so, Bubba at the end of the day is going to get his payday or whatever. But no, sir, it unfortunately wasn't that way. I wish it was, but I got left holding the bag of poop, definitely, on that one.
Yeah, it was really, really good. I mean, it was the production on it was really good as well. I mean, it's really captivating, especially like chapters 10 through 14 when you start getting into all the Roger Stone stuff. That's really good.
Well,
there.
I mean, a lot of people have no idea that at the end of the day, the FBI used this tape to broker testimony from Keith Davidson to try to get Donald Trump. And a lot of people just have, it blew my mind when they were putting it to, I've known it for years, but nobody would listen. But when they put it all together and kind of explained it the way they did, a lot of people was like, oh my God, I had no idea. So it was just, it's really sad on the people that got away with the crimes that were committed and got rewarded. Like, Mike Calta, for instance, he's the one that absolutely sent the tape to Gawker. And, they never prosecuted him, and instead they fired me over it. And, Cat to put him in my morning show, and he's been there ever since.
It's a damn shame, man.
All right. Well, listen, man, Panama City, we appreciate you, bud.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man. Thanks.
I'm watching that right now on Tubi.
What, Video Kill the Radio Star?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I am. I started watching it this morning.
Thank you. Watch it as much as you can, guys. It's on Tubi. As soon as you go to the search engine, I think it's on some recommended pages as well. I absolutely, yesterday, I could barely get out of bed. Yesterday.
Why?
Because I did between Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday in order to get that track, Ocala Speedway, ready, race ready. I figured my hours up. I worked 32 hours on that track.
It's more than you work.
Yeah, that's more than I'm only on air. If you 20, and then I
plus
do
another 5 or 6.
Probably plus another 4 or 5.
Yeah, so you're on 30 hours. It's more than you work.
I do 30 hours. Probably 30 to 32. I worked 30 hours on that track because it was just absolutely a mess from all the rain. You got to understand, when you have a dirt track that has banking, well, when it rains, if it rains hard enough, like it did in Ocala,
it all rolls downhill.
It all goes and settles downhill, and there are not a lot of graders, even brand new ones, that got the horsepower to get all of that material back up. So you just got to take swipes at it. Now my graders are 1987, and under normal conditions it's fine, but I cannot get that bottom off the track. Thank God for Jared and Davis from Rent Pro, because my tractor went down and I needed a tiller, because that's the only way you can really fluff up the material, so to speak, to get it to dry. So I didn't have a tiller on Wednesday. I just had to keep taking swipes at it with the grader, and Friday's practice was decent, but I really got the track dialed in for the Saturday night races. The track was unbelievable. It seemed like almost all classes were won from the high side, which means like that's the most exciting. The worst is when they, it rubbers up, like Alltech did. Like when I went and watched Tyler race at Alltech it was the Saturday after the Big Gus missing parts ride.
Florida Stanley, 1,000 Filipino pesos.
1,000 I don't know if that's that or 1,000 Filipino. Is he in
like $10?
Is he in Philippines right now?
It looks like it. That equates to $16.20.
Thank you, my friend. So, and so between Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, I put 32 hours in on that track.
Damn.
And yes, we didn't get home until 2 o'clock Saturday night, Sunday morning. I slept till like 10:30.
Does that destroy you from going to bed early the next night?
Well, yeah, I mean,
do you have problems going to bed last night?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
But I wasn't up that long. I ate breakfast about 11, and then I just laid around. I just couldn't get out. I just couldn't get going. I was just exhausted. And
you didn't watch the girls' flag football championships?
No, I watched yesterday. I watched a little.
One?
I watched a little bit of the Brickyard 400.
Yeah,
like
I watched that.
The last 10 laps. It looked like follow the leader to me. Like there was no
it was
passing.
boring as hell. And the last, I would say, last like 16.
I watched the Rays win.
Wouldn't you think that a bike race would be more exciting than a car race?
Yeah, that's why I watched the majority of Tour de France.
Yeah, actually, my kid sent me video. Sophia and Romina are in France.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I got video of it. I was like, man, I can't believe you saw a leg of the Tour de France. I would have loved to have seen something like that.
So I was flipping between NHRA dragsters, NASCAR Brickyard, Tour de France, and the Rays game, which they won 1-0. So that's kind of what I was flipping in between. And then I was flipping into, there was something about, it was about Liberace being gay and doing all the famous people that had residencies in Las Vegas on the latter part of their career. And Liberace and Anne Margaret and all these people and Tom Jones was the first male sex symbol to have a residency in Las Vegas, and then came Elvis, and then came, I think Elton John's had one, and I don't know, I was all over the place.
If you were in that level, would you do that? Would you do a residency? If you were like one of those guys, one of the top, 20, 30 people, would you do that for a year or two?
Yeah, I think that would be I think it'd be great. I think it would be great. Yeah, I mean, if all your kids were grown and you were just touring, I think a residency would be great, to be honest with you. Yeah.
No more buses.
Yeah. I mean, they usually give them the penthouse upstairs, or a lot of them will just rent or buy. A lot of them will just rent a real fancy mansion in Las Vegas because they want some separation between work and where they sleep at night. Hi, you're on the air, by the way. 813-90-BUBBA, 813-902-8222, if I keep the phone lines on. It's let me so far, we're 1 for 1 on a good phone call.
Thank you.
Maybe we'll take a few here until somebody makes an ass out of themselves and it just becomes irritating and distractive. Hello, go ahead. Yep, hello.
There you go.
You there?
All right, Bubba. So having
hello?
Hold on. Yes.
Oh, there we go. Hey, guys, Florida Stanley.
Hey, Florida Stanley.
Hey, so I'm in Cambodia right now. I was trying to donate to you with Cambodian reals, but it wouldn't let me. YouTube wouldn't let me, so I had to VPN myself into the Philippines. I'm not actually in the Philippines. I'm in Cambodia.
Now, what country is Cambodia in?
Cambodia.
Oh, sorry.
Cambodia.
Now, what are the big cities of Cambodia that I might recognize?
They're grass huts. They don't have big cities.
Now, Florida Stanley,
yeah, they do. I'm in Siem Reap right now, which, I mean, the roads are still paved, but there are still dirt roads.
But hold on. What
be modernized.
What could take you, what would bring a guy like yourself, Florida Stanley, to Cambodia? What kind of business are you doing there other than maybe just straight hookers?
What, women?
Cambodian hookers?
No. There's hookers Cambodia is not really the hookers here. That you want hookers, you go to Thailand for that. But then you got to deal with the lady boys.
So now hold on, but don't they have to? But hold on, I've heard various people go to Thailand, and they're maybe going to pick up a chick, but you have to ask them if you're a lady boy, and they got to tell you
Yes, it is a new law. Yes, it is a new law where if you ask them if they're a lady boy, they have to tell you.
Yeah.
Really?
In the government, it's kind of a wink, wink, nudge, nudge deal with the government where you have to you can't go back to the hotel. Next thing you know, the beautiful Thailand chick that you thought you have's got a bigger unit than you do, and then I don't even know what.
Right. Well, here's. The reason they passed that law, and this is just in the past couple of years, because, so since I left the United States a little under 3 months ago, and I've been bouncing around. So I've been to Thailand. I've been to 3 different cities in Thailand. I've been in 3 different cities in Vietnam. Right now I'm in Cambodia. And so with the Thailand, with the ladyboy laws, recently they passed a law that the reason why they have to tell you that they're a ladyboy if you ask them is because so many of them were getting beat up by the tourists, and then the tourists were getting arrested for assault, and the government's like, well, we have to do something about this. So how about we just pass a law saying that if you ask somebody if they're a ladyboy, they have to tell you.
Right. And then, those that are looking for ladyboys will find, we'll get them.
That's your thing. That's your thing. That's not my thing.
Well, no. What I'm saying is it's not what I'm saying
it's
is
really difficult to tell, though.
What I'm saying is it's a win-win for the people that are looking for it.
It's difficult to tell.
But it's a win-win for everybody. One, the people probably the majority of the people that aren't looking for a ladyboy, and then for those that would potentially be looking for a ladyboy, completely, it's like truth in advertising. You know exactly what you're getting,
Yeah, exactly. Now, to go back to what you said about what's the interest in Cambodia. Cambodia, I am staying at a, let's see, you're in Tampa. So, all right, what is one night in a room, Lummy would know this, what's one night in a room at the Hard Rock Casino in Tampa?
Oh, expensive. 450?
No, now it's about 700.
So
really?
about 700, 700 for a really nice.
700 a night.
Yeah. And let me, it's my understanding that it's not really that spectacular. It's not really.
No, it's nothing great. Nothing. I
am staying at the Crown Plaza, which is there's 615 hotels in the city that I'm at in Siem Reap in Cambodia. 615 hotels. Now that also includes the little hostels and the little bullshiz little, hotels. But I'm staying in the top 3 hotel in all of Siem Reap, Cambodia. I'm paying less than $200 for a week here.
What? Hold on. For a week?
A week. 1 week, Bubba. 1 week. I rented a scooter and went down a dirt road and got lost a little bit, and I completely trashed the scooter. It was covered in mud. So when I was going back to my hotel, I found a little car wash place on the side of the road where they wash the car for you. So I pull in and I'm like, hey, just wash my scooter, whatever. And then they wash my scooter. I'm thinking it's going to be, $10, $15, $20, whatever. It was $1. I have it on video. I record all of my travels. I have it on video. It was $1 to deep scrub my scooter that was covered in mud.
Now, what type of, as you're staying in one of the top 3 hotels in all of Cambodia for $200 a week, what is it as nice of, like you said, when you used an analogy as the Hard Rock, is it as upscale and nice as?
It's just as nice. It's not nearly as big. I mean, it's small.
Right.
It's only 5 stories tall, but it is just as nice. And the people here, they treat. I don't know if it's because I'm American or if it's just because I'm staying at this nice hotel, but they treat you like you're a billionaire here. When I'm walking up to the door, the concierge will bolt. I can see them through the windows. They will bolt from the concierge desk to the front door to open it for me, and then follow me to my room and press the elevator buttons for me. Now, I'm literally getting treated like a billionaire over here.
Do you tip those guys? Like give them $1 or $2?
No, this is Asia, bro. You don't tip.
What do you mean?
No, you can tip them.
No, hold on. What I'm saying is you. Okay, maybe you're not supposed to tip, or it's Asia and you don't tip. But let's say that you got like 50 $1 bills, and everywhere you go, you're handing out a $1 or $2. I mean, I got to think that if you like a $1 bill's worth.
If you do that, they're bending down and kissing your feet everywhere you walk.
Wow. No, but
are you at the Crown Plaza non pay?
Yes, Crown Plaza. Yep, Crown Plaza.
Send me a picture. Now, what about the what is there to do? Is there anything to do?
Well, there's an insane amount. So the largest temple in the world is 20 minutes north of where I'm staying right now.
That.
So I'm going to go look at that.
That's pretty nice.
That is pretty nice.
It's beautiful.
Now, is there a beach? Is there a beach behind it, or is it just all concrete behind it?
No. I'm not on a coastal city. Siem Reap is not a coastal city. Phnom Penh is on a river, and then Priya is on the actual ocean.
So do you?
I'm on a lake right now.
We've pulled up the
Presidential.
Now, like what would the presidential suite cost?
Probably $500 for the week.
For the week.
For the week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at these. Look
That's
at how
pretty
nice. Yeah,
badass.
that's badass. Now, does that include? What's the food like? I need to know about the food immediately.
So the food is a little weird. I've been listening to you since when have I been listening to you since? I don't even know, 2007 maybe. The food, I don't know if you'd like it.
All right. Well, I mean,
it's different. It's different. There is Western food here, but the way they cook it, you might have a little bit of trouble with it.
Now hold on. It says $1,800 a night.
Yeah, it'd be 47 cents. That's Cambodian reet.
All right, so hold on.
18. That's 18. That's probably 1,800 reals a night.
Real.
It
real.
is. It's hold on. Well, it says USD, Lummy. Like if you look at the presidential suite, it says 2,000.
What city are you looking in?
We're looking at your hotel.
Crown Plaza, Phnom Penh.
Yeah, and it says
no, not Phnom Penh. I'm in Siem Reap.
Oh, let me. He's in Reef. He's in San Reef, wherever the hell that is. So anyway, now do they have like noodles and chicken fried rice and like do they have anything like that?
Yeah, they have all that. I mean, you'd be fine with some of the basic food, but as far as like the authentic local food, there's no way you'd be able to handle it.
I'm not big on cat or dog, so
Yeah,
no.
cat fried rice.
Yeah, I'm not big on dog. I'm not big. Do they sell dog and cat?
That's more northern Thailand and Vietnam. That's not necessarily Cambodia.
And do they actually say cat and dog on the menu?
Yes. I went to 2 different cities in Vietnam, and here's the thing with Vietnam: the reason why they eat dog in Vietnam isn't because they're just. It's a passed down generational power thing. So in the Vietnam War, we would Americans would send dogs into the jungle to find the Viet Cong, and our dogs were very good at killing them. So when they were able to kill one of our dogs, they would eat the dog because they felt it gave them power, and that just got passed down generation to generation.
Yeah.
So that's why the Vietnam eat dogs. They think it gives them power.
Yeah, I couldn't eat a dog. I'm sorry. I might go vegetarian if I had to eat a dog.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that either. I'm too much of a dog lover.
All right. So what business brings you to Cambodia? We didn't talk about that. Like, what do you are you just traveling and seeing the world, or do you?
Oh yeah, my goal is to be retired before I was 40. I started 2 successful companies 7 years ago. I'm 38 years old now. I sold them, and now I'm just bouncing around Southeast Asia, finding where I want to live permanently.
Now in Cambodia, are there any hookers?
I've only been here for 48 hours. I haven't found any yet.
I say it's illegal.
In Thailand, they're literally everywhere. Vietnam, they're not everywhere, but they're easy to find. Cambodia, in the 48 hours I've been here, I haven't really seen any, but I also haven't really been looking either.
Well, don't look, because if you do try to get one, it's good luck going to prison.
Yeah. Now, hold on.
It's illegal.
But can you get a hold of like that door guy that's so quick to open that door up for $1? Can you ask him, hey, Jimmy-san?
I'm sure I could.
Where's the El Hooker? So, the Siz-X for Ms. Honey kind of deal?
Yep, I'm absolutely sure I could. I haven't asked yet. I literally been here 48 hours. I'm here for the next 2 weeks.
No judging for us, Stanley. But did you partake in a little hooker action in Vietnam and in Thailand? I would. If you're single man, why not?
Thailand, yep.
And were they was she unbelievably hot? Was she,
You pay for what you get. I paid extra, and you get extra. Some of the high-end ones have their own so like if you're walking down the club area, the higher-end ones have their own mode of transportation. So instead of you saying, hey, I got to get us a cab to go back to the hotel, the higher-end ones will be like, oh, I have a scooter. Let's just jump on my scooter, and I'll take you back to your
high-end
hotel.
hooker's got a scooter.
Hell yeah.
and like, okay, so what was the, what do they got bought over there? What was the American U.S. dollar amount for the highest end hooker that might have her own scooter?
Well, I don't know about the highest end, but what I paid about $150.
$150. And was that like,
Which,
all you wanted?
I've spent more than that on a girlfriend out on a night for, dinner and drinks.
Oh, absolutely.
So $150 wasn't anything to me.
$150 when you know what you're getting and she's, a hired hand and she'll leave afterwards, you can't beat it.
Yeah, it was expensive based on the type of place I was at, but at the same time, it's like, whatever.
But was she super attractive?
I spent more on dinner on a girlfriend.
Was she that attractive?
Yeah.
Did you have her multiple nights? Like when you find that one, do you have them come back the next day? Because that's probably
no. You don't ever want to do that. You don't ever want to do that because then they won't leave you alone.
Oh, okay, yeah. Not that I ever find myself
that scooter out front all week.
Yeah, exactly. She got that thing up with a kickstand all week. All right.
One night, kick him to the curb, and then that's it. Don't ever contact them again because then they won't leave you alone.
Yeah, then they want to come to America and be your wife.
Exactly.
You got to be worried about AIDS in Cambodia.
Yeah, I'd be wearing a condom over there. I'm not
double bag it.
Yeah, well, I don't
it
know
says
about
48% of the people living in Cambodia have AIDS.
Yeah,
48%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Whoa. Let me. Hold on. We're not talking about Cambodia right now. We're talking about Thailand, and the freelancers in Thailand are required to take what am I trying to say?
Test.
STD test.
Right.
STD test every single month.
I don't know that AIDS
now,
is an
Cambodia,
STD, though.
I don't know about the rules in Cambodia.
I think Dan isn't. There's STDs like herpes and gonorrhea and chlamydia.
AIDS counts as one.
Okay, I didn't know. I thought AIDS was like a next level past that.
It's next level, but it still counts.
No, yeah. Right. Thailand require if you want it's called a freelancer license. They actually require these. So if you want a freelancer license, you are required to take an STD test every.
So you're
still want to catch that girl on day 29,
yeah,
Bubba.
but hold on now. Now hold on. So when you're in Thailand, your first question is, "Are you a lady boy?" She says no. Then you're like, "Man, you got your freelancer paperwork, babe?" You check out her paperwork.
Yeah.
You want to how long since your last test?
It's like almost like
how long since you calibrated this radar?
It's like almost.
Yeah, Dan, you don't want day 29. I'm telling you. You want? Hey, when was your last test? 3 days ago. Let's go.
It's like you're almost a cop asking for a registration or proof of insurance, please, before I give you $150. One, are you a lady boy? And two, do you got your freelancer paperwork? So anyway, Florida Stanley.
So one of the things that I did recently learn in the last 24 hours in Cambodia is there's no legal age minimum for serving beer at a bar. So hitting on a bartender, you could be hitting on a 14-year-old.
Yeah. That's I'm not going to be doing that. Anyway, Florida Stanley, man, we appreciate you. I know you're catching the show from abroad. Thank you so much for the however much that equaled out to about $12 US. We appreciate you.
$16.20.
$16.25, Bubba.
And we appreciate the world update stuff that we'll maybe ever never know, but thanks to you, we will. We appreciate you, my friend. Thank you.
I'll call you in a few weeks.
All right, Florida Stanley, thank you.
That's the other thing in Asia. You don't even know how old they are. It's hard to tell how old they are.
World travels of Florida Stanley, the ins and outs of picking up a ladyboy in conjunction with going to Cambodia. Nothing that I think any of us will ever experience.
Maybe Dan, but that's us. That's
our phone lines are blowed.
Yes, they are.
Will you see what they're about and, and get rid of the fleas? And if there's any good ones left, let me know.
Of course.
All right.
Bubba, you're hot.
Bubba-isms are the best thing in the world, man.
It's fun. It's so much fun.
Bubba the Love Sponge. We love you, Bubba.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
Morning, Bubba Love Sponge Show. Hey. All right, hold on during break, all right? Good Good morning, Bubba. Last one show. Hey. Hey, what's up, J-Law? Huh? Yeah, are you? All right, hold on a second. All right, hold on during the break. See you, Chad. All right, hold on. Good morning, Bo. Last one, show.
Listen to you, let me.
Yep. All right, hold on. We got talking about your race, the first time at your track, Tyler winning. And then a medical question on 4 about his daughter.
Okay.
Had a great time at your track. First time.
Who's the track guy? What line?
2.
Okay.
Hit those thumbs up for Dr. Dan. What's up, Cable Dog? I don't blame you. Shouldn't, Cable Dog. What's up, Yinzers?
Thanks, Dirt Merchant. John K. Steel Slinger. Mad Mike. Oshak.
You going about the medical question?
Huh? It's fine.
Hello?
Mad Mike. Ned's. Mike from Mass.
No problem.
Organic.
Medical question is on line 1 now.
Tier 5. Gene. Biggie. Joseph Triggers. Big Red. Creatine, good morning. Cook. Mowski. Randy. Oklahoma Realtor. Happy. Jasper. Jefferson. Cook. Chef Coy Kendall. Fuck you. James. Caranchi. Chef Dunn. And Scissors. What's up, Cash? And Black Guy and Kelly, K Powers, Carlton, Samo Radio, Tippy, Bob Jeffries, Flip Flyer, Jax, Dude Bro, Zer, Buck, Boltray, J-Law, no food today. Jonesy.
Guys, your wife is hot. With soaringly high summer temperatures, it's time to get her a box. Watch romantic movies, thrilling series, shows to set the mood, baseball, soccer, racing, and the fights for you to enjoy too. All the programming Get a Box is famous for in crystal clear HD. It's so easy to set up, even your buddy with the VCR can hook it up. You know what else is too hot? That cable bill. It has more junk fees than a used car lot. This summer is the right time to enjoy a box. Today, with promo code Bubba, you can get $25 off any box. Go to getabox.com, promo code Bubba for your box today. Getabox.com.
Stay inside with your hot wife and never pay for TV again.
Listener supported at the Bubba Army on Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Back now to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Hello, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Saturday night. Great show, great show. Couldn't believe how great it was. First time at the show, I took my wife. She wanted to see dirt late models really, really bad. So, in fact, I've had 30 years experience or more. I started working racetracks when I was 13, and I knocked on your door, said hello to you. I was the guy that sat right in front of you all night long.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to be short with you, my friend, but we were just in the middle of scoring and stuff. So I appreciate the kind words.
I did it under that caution where they were digging the track out. I made sure it was not racing. I've been around a long time. So, I came because I heard about your race director position. But, man, when Tyler laid that 772, man, it lit up. I couldn't believe how fast he was, faster than everybody else.
Well, I mean, the 21 was tough. The 35 was tough. And we're talking about the 604, 602 division. It was I was glad as a race director and a track prep guy, the guy that does them both, that it wasn't squatted down to the middle, rubber down. That everybody. It seems like almost every race was won from the high side, which as a dirt track guy, you can't expect. Like that's the best case scenario.
It was great. The dirt track around by where I come from, because I just moved here from Ohio a couple of years ago, and back and forth, long story, but I'll get into it when you give me one of them empty chairs on your set there. I would love to come in on your show.
Oh, well, that ain't happening, my friend. I'm just going to be honest with you. That ain't happening. I'm just telling you that. I mean, you got a better chance to sit beside me while I'm race director at the track than being in here. But I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just saying That's great. These are very highly coveted positions that people have spent years honing their craft on. So, don't think that. Listen, just because you're a 35-year track veteran and track prep guy / race directing type of guy
that doesn't know not to bother the race director during the races.
That just don't think that you can just slide right in and be a radio guy too, my friend. It's very much a learning curve.
No. Just kind of banter back and forth. No, not a permit. No. I couldn't do what you do. You guys are great at this.
All right, my friend. Hey, I appreciate the kind words and thank you for coming to the track on Saturday, buddy. Appreciate you.
You will see a whole lot more of us.
All right, my man. Thank you. Phew. Hello.
Hey, good morning, Bubba. How are you?
All right, put those on hold. Let me. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Good morning. I had a question for Dan, a medical question for my daughter.
Absolutely. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, Dan, I've actually called in before, and we've talked about my daughter. She's got level 3 nonverbal autism, and so she has to be put under anesthesia for some dental work, nothing serious or nothing. But I've never had surgery, none of my other kids. I'm just kind of freaking out about it. I just want to know, is there anything I need to do to help prep her for it, what the recovery is like? She's going to be doing it at Tampa Children's Surgery Center in just a few weeks.
It shouldn't be a big deal. I mean, they don't have to put him real deep. Sometimes they'll just give him a little ketamine just to put him down for 15 minutes and do the cleaning, and they're done. I remember when my kids were really young, they would have to do that sometimes, and it's real benign. I wouldn't stress out about it.
Okay, thank you. It's just one of those things, overprotective, but I greatly
it's sketchy. It's sketchy to have that requirement, but it's not that far of a stretch, and they do it all the time, so it should be pretty safe.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's something. It's probably something never you've been. It's it feels very drastic because it's something that most kids don't have to do. But when you're in your daughter's situation, it's going to be more. It's probably more verbally shocking than what it really is. I mean, I'm just saying.
Right. she doesn't understand that this is what you need to do, and that's why they have to put her under. But, just that for a 4-year-old, it's just kind of, very nerve-wracking.
How old is your daughter, my friend?
4.
Okay.
And 4-year-olds, even if they don't have autism, are difficult to deal with if you're trying to do dental work. So, I mean, it's not uncommon for them to put a 3 or 4-year-old down for his dental work.
Okay. Well, I greatly appreciate you guys. You guys have a great day.
You too, my friend. We're glad we can help you out, buddy. And finally, right before we go to hold, hi, who's this?
Hey, it's Jason.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
Man, I'm doing great. Bubba, thank you for the Tubi. Wow, they got a lot of great stuff on Tubi.
Oh, I got to tell you something. Yes, the documentary Video Killed the Radio Star is on Tubi for free. It's a 3-part series. But I feel the same way you do, sir. I really wasn't familiar with Tubi until
it was free.
We cut a deal to be on Tubi starting, I think, July 22nd was our first date. So we've been on nearly a week here in a couple days.
I tell you the better deal that I have, better than Tubi. Are you ready?
What's that?
Dr. Dan needs to buy the J-Law Bronco. If you click on my little picture on Rumble, Dr. Dan, you will get a Bronco, one owner since 1996.
All right, buddy. Good talk. Thank you for trying to sell me a Bronco.
You're trying to sell Dr. Dan a Bronco.
Yeah, Dr. Dan's not buying any Bronco. Okay,
J-Law Bronco.
We're not buying any. Thank you, sir, for using the Video Killed the Radio Star, doing really well on Tubi as your as your way on the air, but then trying to hard sell Dan on a one owner Bronco. I think I could step in for Dan on that, saying not interested, buddy. Right, Dan? I mean, Dan, are you interested in a one owner Bronco?
Is it teal?
Yes,
I'm looking
it is.
at it. It's teal.
It is teal.
Oh, Dan, don't encourage the nut jobs out there, okay? I wanted to go over. Let me just. I wanted to go over some results from Ocala Speedway. A lot of these racers listen to the show or catch the replay or what have you. I don't have the street stock division. I don't have that for some reason. I got to find it. But in Crown Vics, Bubba Durden beat Chad Scranton and Jimbo Warden. In Gladiators, we got Bailey. I think it's I forget how to pronounce her name. And Wayne Kissam. I think Bailey's a girl. Factory Stocks, Jason Garver, Patrick Thomas, and Mikey Kopka. In the 604, 602 late models, Tyler Clem over Christian Osberger, better known as Cheddar. And in Street Stock, Seth Geary won. Great race Saturday night. Thank you to everybody. I saw a lot of new people out there. Our next race isn't this weekend, but next weekend, August 8th. So I'll be up there busting my ass for that too. Whew. I wish I could find a competent person to help me. Now, Buck would be great, but Buck, it's an 8-hour drive for Buck.
Yeah, what if he retires, he moves to Ocala?
Is he thinking about that? No, hell no. He's got a whole life in Charleston. Buck does. He ain't moving to Ocala, please. Don't even put that thought in his head. So, was it the WNBA All-Star game this weekend?
Yeah, what a hell of a game.
Jesus. Somebody sent this to me, and it's obviously not the highlights of the 2026 in WNBA All-Star game. It was Caitlin Clark voted on the team, and she just decided not to go? Or
no, I thought she played.
She played. It just this is the highlight from everyone else. How many? Caitlin Clark wasn't on in the WNBA.
She what?
If she's not in the WNBA, this is what we would get.
Yeah.
This is without Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
This is everybody else.
I was actually watching something. I don't know if it was ESPN or something, and it was talking about the WNBA, and it was tracking a couple players, an African-American center from African-American girl. She was from Las Vegas, and then another girl from Phoenix. And they were talking about the collective bargaining agreement and how they need to, they don't have enough money to support their family and enough savings and what have you, and they need to get their piece of the pie now that ratings are up and attendance is up and all this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, don't you really realize that all of what you're talking about with attendance being up and television revenue being up and the new TV deal, don't you realize that really is because of one person?
No.
And
If you want
to sit here and act like, you deserve to get yours, and up until last year you never got a competitive pay. Is that because you're putting 24 to 3,200 people in the average WNBA game, that there was not any really television money to speak of, and that each franchise on the average lost about $15 million a year?
Well, you would think with the All-Star game, like the NBA nowadays and the Pro Bowl and MLB, they all kind of they kind of relax. It's a relaxing thing. But you think for a proving league like the WNBA, they would actually put their best foot forward, which was the complete opposite of what was this. It was awful.
What did Caitlin play?
Yeah, I'll see what her stats were.
I'm trying to see the
$50.
Oh, who's that again?
J-Law Bronco, the last caller, for $50.
Thank you, my friend. So it was Spoon versus Team Coop. What did that stand for?
Let's see. I think it's Cooper.
Spoon each other and okay.
So Spoon, Caitlin Clark had 21 minutes, 17 points, 6 for 17 shooting, 5 for 15 and 3, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, and 5 turnovers. Who led in points? I think it was the girl from her team.
Yeah, the names of were Cynthia Cooper and Teresa Weatherspoon, 2 Hall of Fame WNBAers.
Well, who led the team in scoring?
No, that's what the names.
That's the naming.
Yeah, that's the names. That's the captains or the.
Well,
the
it looks
coaches.
like
so ode to like some Hall of Famers from the WNBA that no one's ever heard of.
Team Spoon had Jessica Shepard, Aja Wilson. That's the girl they were actually following around that I was watching on ESPN. How she said she didn't have enough money for her. She needed to get the girls needed to get their portion of the. They need to get paid, basically.
Yeah, fake eyelashes and long nails cost a lot of money, man.
John Quell Jones won the MVP with 22 points and 13 rebounds.
Yeah. Who is she? Never heard of her.
Never. Great question.
Where was the girl from? I thought the girl from the Fever also had a lot of points, but maybe she was on different. She couldn't have been on the same. She couldn't have been on a different team than Caitlin, or did they just draft it? The players, so there wasn't territorial.
Correct.
So an Indiana Fever girl could be on both sides of the fence.
Yes,
because it's my understanding that. Let me see, what's her name? Let me see.
That's stupid.
I forget.
Indigenous $20.
Kelsey Mitchell.
Yeah.
Doesn't she play with Caitlin?
Yeah.
Kelsey Mitchell is a guard. And so
she's in Dallas. She
Kelsey Mitchell's in Dallas.
Yeah, she was on Team Coop. She had 28.
Yeah, she had 28. She actually lit it up. 11 for 19 and 5 for 11 and 3. I mean, she had a hell of a night. 28 points and only 11 for 19 from the field and 5 from 13. I mean, 5 for 11 on 3-point. That's pretty damn good. 4 rebounds.
What I saw is they didn't play defense. And they still only scored 129.
Yeah, well, here is the WNBA, and it yes, there are some superstars in there, and yes, Caitlin Clark. This thing's all built around her phenom and her generational talent rolled up in the league and selling out stadiums and stuff. But this is the highlights. I'm sorry, pretty much the lowlights of the WNBA. Am I going to get a copyright on this, Lummy? You think?
No, they cut it off halfway, so we should.
Stewart, watch some of these plays.
That's for 4 points, by the way.
Oh, what do you mean? Like
they had a big, they had a thing. If you shot it back there, it's 4 points.
But how would you know if you're on behind the 4 points?
It's behind. See how there's like 2 3-point lines?
Oh yeah, so that's the difference between 3 and 4.
Yeah,
that's it.
Well, it's the WNBA.
Tips it alive. Williams from 4-point range.
Ty Young almost subbed them in when we were down by 11. She drew that up. She knew who she wanted to pass.
I mean, honest to God, I mean, the average decent high school boys basketball team would smoke these bitches.
Yep. These are all-stars, too.
Like a really, really good 9th and 10th grade like 15 and like the McDonald's AAU 14 and 15-year-old boys would smoke these guys. Like Dan, the IMG Academy would smoke these girls
all night long. They could play 4-on-5 in these.
Look, Howard just takes it right back. What a pass from NECA.
Miss.
Asia Wilson can't finish it.
Watch this.
Clark gives it underneath, and then Wilson. You haven't isolated on Caitlin at all for a blow-by yet. Is that coming? 5 seconds left in the third. Coppers jump.
These girls suck.
They
Unable
suck.
to hit that one. As Clark
And they want to make $500,000 a
Here's
year.
Angel Reese.
Yeah, this is Angel Reese right here, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Watch this. Ready?
On Angel Reese. Asia Wilson getting the
Pathetic.
And then the announcers, they really can't announce like they want to say, but like, man, these bitches suck. They got to sit here and Johnny knee slap it.
saying, hey, I wasn't even trying to there.
Girl walked, by the way, Lummy.
Yeah.
I mean, watch this.
Nice little travel.
Watch this. Ready?
I wasn't even trying to there.
Walk.
Angel Wilson and Angel Reese
People pay
hugging,
$350 a ticket.
laughing about
Lowest
it.
price
Oh,
one.
and now Angel goes down. Oh, no, Angel goes down now.
Oh, no, Angel goes down.
And Angel Wilson has to pick her up. Young. Can't flip it in.
I mean, Lummy, you would be like Shaquille O'Neal if you played there.
It's got to be hard to play with a weave, huh? That's what they're showing me.
Malanga.
I mean, this is absolutely horrible.
It's disgusting.
Hey, that's the best of the best right
horrible.
there in WNBA.
Meanwhile, LeBron James.
I saw this.
Like, what in the hell?
Why? What's wrong with Philly?
I mean, no, what's wrong with Cleveland? You're bad. That's
Cleveland
where
sucks,
Hold on.
dude. Cleveland's the worst city in the world.
Hey, Dan. Cleveland made it to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, and if you really look at the talent they got, if LeBron wants to make it to the NBA Finals and win a championship, I think he probably could do it with the 76ers. I guess they say a lot of people are that they're actually more talented and deep than Cleveland, but Cleveland's got Harden. I think I read where that might be the disconnect is that he doesn't know if he could play with Harden.
Yes. Yeah, that was the whole thing.
I think that's it.
I'm just saying I'd rather be confined to a wheelchair and live in Detroit than live in Cleveland.
That bad?
Yeah, Cleveland sucks.
Have you ever been there? Bubba,
in
have you ever
Cleveland.
been to Cleveland?
Yeah, we did a Bubba Palooza at the Fillmore.
Yeah, it was for one night.
Spend
I
a year
guess.
there.
No, I spent 2 days there. I spent 2 days there, and had what didn't basically leave my hotel room other than to go do the gig, and then come home.
Get a real feel for that city.
I think Brent and Manson and Spice, they all went out. I think Brent and Spice did, but Heather was with me at the time, and my mom and dad came over from Warsaw, and so we had like a little family like kind of deal. We went out. I think we had dinner at the hotel, and then Saturday night was the gig. We did the gig Saturday night, had shuttle service over to the Fillmore, and then we left the next morning. That Sunday. So we did good though. I mean, we did well. We did really well. The fine people. There's Bubba Army is kicking.
Well, I'm sure the people that live in Cleveland are nice, but I think living in Cleveland would be torture.
When we come back, we'll do the LeBron deal and some other stuff.
Yep, he insulted everyone during that last break. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show returns after these words.
Looks like
A bow tie?
Did he used to wear a bow tie, Drew Carey? He says Cleveland's rocks.
Yeah. I don't know if he wore a bow tie.
Drew Carey never wore a bow tie?
Yeah, he did. Looks like he did during Suits, but it wasn't anything.
Wasn't like this thing.
No. Did you know Drew Carey was in the Marines?
Was it really?
Yeah.
A cook?
Let's see. Six years as a field radio operator.
He was a radio guy?
He was a field radio operator, yeah. This guy running around with the
Backpack?
yeah.
The antenna? Those guys always get shot.
Yeah, you know, you got a big antenna.
Look like an antenna. Like a bike flag. Yeah, I want to be the guy that holds the flag.
Is it around the bone?
I saw a flag of our fathers. It's a painful movie.
Yeah. That.
Well, I saw a more painful movie. Killers of the Flower Moon. Leonardo DiCaprio.
What is it?
Killers of the Flower Moon. It's like
Oh, is that one about the
Indians?
Yeah.
Oil and Indians and Robert De Niro's in it. Horrible movie.
Oh, it actually wasn't like a good plot line.
No, it was 3+ hours of fucking boredom.
Why'd you sit through it?
Because I thought it could. It's like it's got to be a payoff at the end. There's no
Because you
payoff.
thought it was Martin Scorsese, and you thought
Yeah, Martin Scorsese, Leonardo DiCaprio. I was expecting some great last scene.
What's
like
it called?
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Oh, I heard that was actually a pretty good movie.
Dude, don't waste 3+ hours of your life, dude. You'd be better off with your testicles in an ant pile.
Okay.
That was Robert De Niro in it.
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's about a bunch of white guys in the early 1900s that fuck Indian people so
Oil?
that they can kill them and then take their oil rights.
Yeah, they were taking their land, right?
This tribe was relegated to a shithole area, but just that area happened to have oil, so the tribe became rich, and all these white people were coming in marrying the Indian women, and then like they were dying and they were taking over the oil rights. And it all went to shit when they blew up somebody's house. That's what Escobar was done.
Listen, it was a true story.
You can't blow up people. You can't blow shit up.
Were you just upset, you know?
I was upset because it was stupid. It was boring. It was fucking this like fat Indian shit.
Were they trying to make it super like political?
No. Well, but the end of it, the cleanup at the end.
I heard that was like a really fucking critically clean movie, and it was Leonardo DiCaprio's best fucking role, and
He went in and out of character too. I didn't like it at all.
Well, I mean, yeah, 3.5 hours.
I don't want to eat a hot fudge sundae for 3.5 hours. You know?
I mean, IMDb got the.
Who wants a 3.5 hour long blowjob?
hey, I don't want to fuck the hottest bitch in the world for more than fucking an hour.
If you're looking for that non-offensive broadcast, you're in for a surprise. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I love the sponge.
It's not that kind of love sponge. Back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Seth Wiley on the PayPal. Thank you, Seth Wiley. Again, he says concrete is 300 a cubic yard in Massachusetts.
Ouch. T-shirt Will, $20.
Thank you, T-shirt Will. Appreciate you. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App at The Bubba Army. Also, don't forget the newest podcast that I've partnered with Pete Rossini. a man that was sentenced to 40 years in federal prison, ended up doing 25. He is my co-host and the brains of the operation. It's called Deadly Intentions. It's listed everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, X, at Deadly Intentions Show. Deadly Intentions Show. Go follow us on all the various different platforms. I think we're at almost 3,000 views.
Yes, we are.
Between the two, and I think we're approaching, 851 to almost 900 subscribers on the Deadly Intentions YouTube channel. I'd like to hit 1,000 here in the next day or two. That'd be kind of great. That would be well above what we were potentially pacing. So if we could get 1,000, the next one drops noon at Thursday, correct?
Yes.
And then breaking it down with Bubba tomorrow at 10.
Yes, it is.
And no, is Thursday 10 o'clock too? Yeah, Thursday
Yes.
is Deadly Intent on the Deadly Intentions page on YouTube. It drops at 10 o'clock on Thursday, and then we wait till noon on Friday when Lummy's done with his weekend review. Now, I actually listened to a little bit of it, Lummy, and I thought you guys did well. I think you guys are gelling pretty good, and I like it.
Yeah, actually, Macho made a little pipe in on Friday to talk about his different things, from his data centers to.
Well, Macho Man participating,
That's
step
even
up,
better.
whatever, Macho
Yeah.
Man. We appreciate your insight.
A lot of people liked his insight of the data centers and the Hellcats that could beat a Mustang, just different things. So,
fantastic.
Hellcats, you got Hellcats beating up on Mustangs?
Yes.
Does Macho know that?
Well, he doesn't think so. People were arguing that the Hellcats.
No, they're
are
running E85 fuel, so if I put E85 fuel in mine, I could rip its ass, no problem.
Really? It makes that big of a difference?
Yeah. You have to change the injectors and all kinds of crap, though, too, though.
So hold on. You're trying to say like a higher octane is slower than an E85? Because are they tuned for E85s?
Correct. So the Hellcat does like 1,000 horsepower with E85 fuel.
Now, it's my
Mine will
understanding.
do 1,200 with E85 fuel. And it's lighter, too.
Well, do you run E85?
No.
Well, why would you?
Because we can only go 100 miles an hour. I don't need that. I don't need that problem too. Bubba.
And is it really 1,200 horsepower? Or is it like 1,200 BS horsepower?
I don't know what it is at the wheels, but it's supposed to be 1,200 at the engine.
And at the end of the day, man, here's the deal. You can have this performance vehicle like Dan has and you have and Jay have, but realistically, unless we go out to Jay's Enclave, we really can't stretch it out, because now the super speeder, they just want to get you going 101 miles an hour so they can put you in jail, and I think they impound your vehicle. Now, they don't own your vehicle, do they? I mean, they can't take it, can they, Dan? They can impound it, and you got to go get it at the yard and what have you. But I don't think they can take it from you, can they? I think in drug trafficking or something like that. Like if you have a certain volume of drug trafficking, they can actually seize the vehicle, and you give up ownership of your vehicle as part of the penalty if there is a certain amount of weight you're pushing.
Yes.
But I don't think they can I think super speeder, they can probably get you for the exorbitant, a really high fine, maybe a lot of points on your driver's license, potentially the night in jail. But I think other than that, they can't keep your car.
I hope not. For doing
look,
101, I mean, that's pretty stiff for doing 101.
Can you look at the actual law on the new super speeder deal? It's 50 miles an hour over the posted speed limit or 100. So like 70 on I-75 here, the speed limit 70. You don't use the plus 50. You use the over 100. So that's for those speed limits. Anything else, if you were going if you're going like 91 in a 40, that's 51 miles an hour faster, then they can get you for that too. Even though you're under the 100 threshold, you're 50 over the posted speed limit. So to my understanding, it's like a $1,500 fine. Like, I don't know how many points on your driver's license. You got to take a course. You have to go in. This isn't anything that you can handle online, or you got to go in front of the judge. This is like a mandatory court appearance with a super speeder law, and they immediately, or they can, but I think all cops they can handcuff you and put you in jail. for the night. I'm sorry, Dan. What were you gonna say?
The statute says for the first offense,
30 days.
30 days or fine of 500 or both.
Yes.
And for the second offense, 90 days or $1,000 or both.
So, Dan, let me ask you a question.
And if it's within 5 years of your first offense, you can lose your license for between 6 months and a year.
So here's the deal.
That's pretty stiff.
So just
30 days in jail?
I was getting ready to say, so just the very first time, if you don't have a Kevin Hazlett to go in there and work you a deal, and you're just, either represent yourself or whatever, they're on the state recommended state statute, it says, Dan, first offense up to 30 days in jail?
Yes.
My God, do you know how, 30 days in the Orient County, that'd be horrible.
It said it depends on how you're, like if you're putting a lot of people's life in danger.
Well, they could say that with anything.
Well, they say at 100 miles an hour or more in a manner that threatens the safety of other persons or property or interferes with the operation of any vehicle. So that argument, I would say, like if you're by yourself on an open road doing 120 miles an hour, they ain't got nothing on you.
Well, but they could say, Dan, if you had wadded up, then the guy that's half a mile or a mile behind you, doesn't see the wreckage and he slams into you. They can pencil whip that however they want. You know that. You would be. I think you could argue.
That's a vague law, man.
You could but Dan, in order to do that, you got to lawyer up with a Kevin Hazlett, defense guy, right?
Right.
You just can't roll in there by yourself and hope the court's mercy is going to be cool with you because you got Johnny State Trooper over there, testifying against you, and you don't know. You don't know what the judge is going to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta hire a Sling and D to make contact with the prosecution to try to work out a deal so that you're not to the judge's mercy because the judge may not really like the fact that you got a Lamborghini and that you're a big swinging D doctor and lawyer rolling up in there getting caught doing $120, which in all honesty, in some very very much performance rated vehicles, 100 it doesn't take really much to get a Ferrari or, Macho Man's Mustang GT 500 or any of that. You get on it just a little bit and you're at 100.
It doesn't take much at all. And if you could argue that like a Ferrari that can be safely driven at 200 miles an hour by yourself on an interstate without a bunch of traffic, go ahead. Clock me at $150. I'm not endangering the lives of anyone else.
Dan, I don't think it's time to be a dick at this time. I don't think it's time to go ahead and start giving go-ahead parameters to any slick sleeve cop that wants to shoot you with his K-band radar and just and you go ahead and you go and tell him go ahead and get me at 150, buddy. I think it's time to back it way down with the attitude, my friend, and you're at the mercy of that gentleman that pulls you over, and you are so very sorry.
Yes. Which is why that with the driving now, having a car that does a really good job of going between 30 and 90 like a Cybertruck is wonderful to have because I don't need to go 200, but it's nice to be able to accelerate between 40 and 80.
No, let's not go 40 and 80. That bitch will run it up to 100 faster than anything. I know we're trying to be user friendly here and not incriminate ourselves, but let's be honest, Dan. It's not 40 to 80. It's 40 to 110, and that bitch is gone.
Yeah,
just like my sister's Tesla, just like Macho's GT 500, just like the Lamborghini that Jay drives daily, just like your Ferrari, just like your Lamborghini. You get on it a little bit, you're going 50 or 60 and you punch it to pass that guy.
3 seconds.
You're at 115 and you don't even know it. The car's made to go that fast. You got tires that are rated that fast, and you got an 8 to 10 speed transmission that's got that thing running about 2,500 to 3,000 RPM, so it doesn't really sound like you're blowing the guts out of it. And you're next thing you know, you're 110 and you're not really driving recklessly. You're in control. The car's made to go that fast.
Right, and everyone on the interstate, you're driving here in the morning, everyone on the interstate's doing over 80.
Oh,
everybody.
80 is the new 60.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Right.
All these cars.
Not being a dick, it's true. Just the flow of traffic on I-75 is in the low 80s.
If you go 70 miles an hour, which is the speed limit, you better be in that far right lane, minding your own business, because you're going to get absolutely just pummeled with people going 90.
Yep.
Or 80. And all too often when I'm headed to Ocala, you get that guy going 72, and he's in the far left lane, and he just bottlenecks it all up. And you can look ahead of you, and about 12 cars ahead of you is Johnny Grandpa from Connecticut that's going 10-2 in his Buick SUV, and he's going 72 miles an hour. And there's a semi in the middle, there's a semi in the right, and it's just completely gridlocked. What I do when I go by that guy is I actually turn way too soon and make him hit the brakes and short space him, and then flip him off. Yeah, I'm that guy.
When you're in the Crown Vic.
When I'm in the Crown Vic, yeah. I don't want to cut anybody off on my truck or anything like that. But I mean, think about it, Dan. If you were running a little bit late, your cyber truck laughs at 100 miles an hour. It laughs at it. And you're zipping on down the road to get here. You're going 105. You don't even know it because you're following somebody who's going, just as fast. The cop radars you, and we get our next call is from Steve saying Dan's in jail for super speeding. We're hoping to get him out today, but he could spend up to a month in jail. What? For what? Going 105 and a 70 at 5:35 in the morning? Right, when it's not like, there's not near the volume of traffic, this morning than there is, later this afternoon, right?
Yeah, I think
it's pretty desolate, isn't it?
Yeah. No, there's traffic on 75 coming here.
Is there?
Yeah. It's not a lot, but there's absolutely traffic.
But I mean, there's no starting and stopping her though.
No, not like that.
Well, the other problem with 75 is the pavement's so bad. There's rocks flying everywhere. So do you really want to take your nice car on that? No.
Dan, what's it like going back in? I heard Babyface says it's not that bad going back in. Like you don't get it's a steady flow.
You get bogged down sometimes, like between Bears and
Hillsborough.
Yeah, exactly. That little spot right going up before Hillsborough. But it's for 5 minutes. It's not a big deal.
Here's the LeBron story as he's going to the Philadelphia 76ers. I think you said that he's going for like $4 million a year.
Yes.
I mean, like
2 year, $8 million was his deal.
I mean, like
that's a bargain, dude. That's a bargain.
I don't even know if I lace my sneakers up for form. If you've made, I don't know what's some of his highest earning years, 60 million.
Last year he made 53 million.
Yeah,
a year.
Is that just salary? Or does that include endorsements?
No, that's just salary.
Well, but you have to think his endorsements are huge too. So his endorsements are more valuable if he's still playing.
True.
But 53 to 4.
Yeah. I went from 3 or 4 million to nothing. When I got thrown off of all my terrestrial big sexy FMs, I went right down to 0.
True.
Breaking news in the sports world. Shockwave sent through the NBA as minutes ago. LeBron James announcing he will be signing with the Philadelphia 76ers.
Did not see this one coming. So LeBron posting in part, quote, I believe I can help make the Philadelphia...
I got to be honest with you. I'm no disrespect. I come from the Magic, Johnson, Larry Bird, Michael Jordan era, where I think those are the best, athletes. They did more for the NBA than anybody. I do really appreciate how good LeBron is and the level that he can play at the age that he is. But I'm kind of LeBron'd out with regards to where's he going. Remember the one time when he went from Cleveland to Miami and it was a big ESPN, like they actually made it an ESPN special, and where's LeBron going? And I'm kind of over the drama as to
which is worse, him or the douchebag Aaron Rodgers.
Well, Aaron Rodgers is fine this year.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is fine.
Oh, this is the first year he's been fine though in like 7 years.
Well, the NBA, the NBA, what's his name? Adam Schefter, I think is the commissioner. He was over the whole LeBron thing. He pretty much, I guess, blew a call in and said, "You got to make your mind up because we're trying to set the schedule."
Well, they're trying to make the schedule.
Yeah,
and where he plays has a lot to do with who might play on Christmas, and some of these really, really high-profile games that they play during the holidays will a lot of times be based on the talent. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to put Minnesota versus Orlando for the Christmas game. A couple ass bucket teams.
Yeah,
I mean they're going to put the fan power. So as the NBA is trying to make their schedule for this year, where LeBron goes is in play.
Because he's still relevant,
right.
And because he's still an impact player.
Absolutely is.
And it's absolutely a freaking deal for $4 million a year. I mean, I would take you for $4 million a year. NBA prices,
Yeah, thanks.
76ers a championship team, and I am so excited to energize a new fan base and start the incredible journey.
But I have lived in Philadelphia. Dan, you're very familiar with Philadelphia.
I was there a week ago.
I know, but I lived there for about 8 months. Certainly don't know the ins and outs like you do because Philadelphia is like the biggest city to your guys' shore, home. So you guys spend a lot of time in Philadelphia. But Philadelphia ain't that great to live in either. Let's just be honest.
No, it's just no Cleveland, but still.
I mean, it's not, it's not a Miami.
No.
It's not
LA.
It's not an LA. It's not a Vegas. It's not a Tampa. It's not, it's not a San Diego. Some beautiful places in Dallas that you could play.
That was your only really stop that you didn't get the vagina, right?
What?
You weren't getting groupies there? It was kind of a boring town.
Yeah,
Philadelphia?
I didn't get any groupies in Philadelphia.
Not one?
Not one.
Really? What a
Not
dry
one.
spell.
Yeah, well, I was doing afternoon drive, and I had to play like 10 or 11 songs an hour, so I really couldn't infuse any of my personality. I was just literally jocking records, and, afternoon drive doesn't tend to lead to the the groupies. So, yeah, I did afternoon drives 2 times in my career. Once in Milwaukee, which, let me, I did great on groupies.
Yeah.
Diddy Milliman. Oh, my God. But
now, did you play fewer records during the other one?
Yeah,
the non-Philadelphia one?
Yeah, like Milwaukee, I was playing like 8 an hour, which gave me some time to do a 2 or 3 minute kind of funny, shocking, get a hot chick on the phone. Just the various things that I would do in between while I was a top 40 guy. But, Mark Driscoll was my PD in Philadelphia, and he was like, Johnny, music. You need so like a typical break on Q102 would be like Q102 today's hits. That was Madonna. Whatever. What was that controversial song?
Like a Virgin?
No, that she did with the Jesus.
Oh.
What? Live to Tell, or I don't know what the hell. It got banned and had a black Jesus and I don't know. And here,
like a prayer. It was like a prayer.
And here's
yeah.
So Madonna and Like a Prayer running, a 62-minute super sweep. Here is Debbie Deb Lookout Weekend for all my people on the Conshohocken right now, bumper to bumper on the new Q102.
Oh, God.
Now, so one thing my boss made me do, which is actually kind of brilliant if you had, I don't think they really have radio personalities come into different cities now and have to learn the city. And they just voice track the guy and he doesn't have to set foot in here. But Mark Driscoll hired me, this girl named PJ for middays, and a guy named Joe Mama for nights. And we all started the same time, April 1st of 1990. But for 30 days, we had to stay at the Corman Suites downtown Philly, and we had to learn the city. That's how I know how to say Conshohocken.
Oh.
And so Conshohocken is an area, and it's also a freeway in Philadelphia, but we had to learn and then every Friday for 4 Fridays in a row before we were able to start, we would do a quiz together about what we knew about the city. And so he made us learn all these, things so that when we got on the air, we actually sounded somewhat local, which is good, but I think radio, that ship has sailed. I don't even know that they actually hire people from out of town and come in and do music radio anymore. I don't think they do. I think they just import the person. It's all AI and imported now. But a couple of the highlights is I got to do opening day for the Phillies, Lummy, at the old Veterans Stadium on the first week of April in 1990. I did my show live from a luxury box for opening day at the Phillies.
Oh, nice.
That was pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, and then I got fired by the time football season came around, and I was already in Orlando.
And why were you fired?
I didn't do very good. Wasn't doing very good in the ratings. I wasn't moving the needle because they wouldn't let me do anything.
It sounds like it was miserable.
It was miserable. I lived in the penthouse right by St. Joe's University in Bala Cynwyd.
Didn't you say a lot of the chicks
off of City Line Avenue?
Didn't you say a lot of the chicks were like that Jersey kind of big hair?
Yeah,
they had their brothers were Italian.
Yeah, I dated this one girl named Maria, and I went to go pick her up, and her brother Antonio was literally like that guy who had a Z28 and wore a wife beater. And he was like, where are you going to take my sister tonight? I'm like, yeah, well, you better have her back by 11:30. I'm a grown man, my friend. We're not in high school anymore. I'm a grown man, okay? I'm Bubba the Love Sponge I was Bubba the Love Sponge by then.
NBC News sports reporter Rohan Nadkarni joining us.
Who? Rohan Nadkarni?
This is an earthquake. Let me ask you this, Rohan. First of all, were we anticipating him?
Is it me or is Rohan's got like squirrel cheeks? Like his body doesn't look very fat at all, but his face looks like he's a man of fatness.
His head's too big for his body.
Signing with the 76ers, do you think this makes them with Tyrese Maxey and obviously Jaylen Brown acquired recently from the Celtics? Does this bring the 76ers into championship contention?
Well, of course it does. Please.
Yeah, I'll tackle your first question. This is a shock. I think a lot of people were expecting Cleveland.
Man, if you're gonna be a Zoom interview on the NBC affiliate potentially that I don't know if it's in Philadelphia or what.
No, it's Philly, yeah.
So it's a pretty high standard of television. It's not like you're in Terre Haute, Indiana, and you're not gonna have a better backdrop than some Chicago
hot dogs.
Delicious Chicago hot dog. Like this is ridiculous. Old stack of newspapers over here or whatever that is. A couple NBC hats.
Is that calendar at least on July?
I don't even.
Is that a cat or a dog calendar?
I don't know.
It's like a dog.
Jesus.
And Butler.
Miami had picked up a lot of steam here in the last few days, so this is definitely a surprise.
He talks out the side of his mouth. Look at him.
We
got a fat Indian guy that's never played basketball a day in his life. With a hat, looks like he's got the athleticism of a grape, and it looks like he's hiding a stack of grapes in each cheek. Why are we listening to him?
He's got a lot of tongue in that.
I don't know, man. There's probably so many other people that you could throw it to that would be an expert of the NBA that maybe even played the game in some way, shape, or form than Fat Squirrel Cheek Willie here. With a Chicago hot dog kicker.
On paper, but they look great on paper.
I've seen
before.
I've actually
seen enough. This is
going
to depend a lot on the health of.
Yeah, I'm done.
My God.
My Lord.
I'd rather listen to Angel Reese talk about this.
I'd rather watch Angel Reese miss 14 shots in a row.
I know, she sucks.
And get 7 of her rebounds.
I can't wait till she's literally destitute in 10 years.
There was a shooting yesterday in Seattle. 3 people dead, and it was like at a carnival.
Yeah.
Just like a regular neighborhood carny kind of deal. And do we know the suspect? What was it?
Let's see if they've released it yet.
At 6:01 p.m., gunshots were...
So 6:01 Seattle times 9:01 Eastern. So it's 9 o'clock on the East Coast.
Yes.
You had officers in the area, in the immediate area when these gunshots went off. Officers responded.
This looks like to be maybe the chief of police. Oh, Assistant Chief Tyrone Davis, Seattle Police Department. So he's given us the information.
And addressed one of the shooters. That person gave up and was taken into custody. There was another person that we believe that was also involved that fled the scene. And officers began an active search.
Hold on, Dan. This is your next vehicle right here. Mm-hmm. Look at that.
It's badass.
That's badass. Pick up little Danny in that.
That fled
with the turret at the top.
And officers began an active search for that person.
So there were 2 shooters?
Yeah, it looks like two.
There were.
Now were they 2 shooters that were working together?
Yes.
Okay. So there were 2 shooters that were working together. They've got 1. There was 3 dead?
Yeah,
3 dead out
injured.
of 3 dead. Okay. 3 I don't know, 3 dead or 3 injured. Out of Seattle, 2 shooters, 1 they've gotten.
Does it bother you, Bubba, when you see all the military type vehicles that the police have now?
No.
And the military equipment?
No. They got a lot of scumbags they're dealing with.
Okay.
Why are you thinking that it's a conspiracy?
I don't think it's a conspiracy. I just think that the police have a little bit more, hardware than they probably need.
I don't think so.
Okay.
A total of 7 victims that suffered gunshot wounds.
So 7 shot.
One was a 2-year-old boy.
Oh man.
See, we have a total of 3.
How bad is it that you can't even take your little 2-year-old in a stroller out to the local neighborhood carny gimmick. You know, like let your 2-year-old see the clowns and see like just whatever, just ridiculous.
3 fatalities.
So 3 are dead, 7 shot, 3 of which died.
Those 7 victims.
People started yelling, shooter, shooter. And there was like a stampede of people just running, knocking down a lot of products from the vendors, etc. And people just run.
I realized it was semi-automatic. Probably it sounded like a switch. I looked to my left. I saw at least one individual.
Now here's what's bad. Let's say Dan, me, whoever rolls around with our our weapons permit, our concealed weapons carry permit, with a tactical bag or something slung over our shoulder, and we're going to this event with our kids, and now somebody's got an AR-15 out, and they're starting to shoot people, 7, 3 of which are dead, and we strategically try to position ourselves with our gun to take the guy out because he's already shot and killed 3, wounded 7. Here's the bad thing, Dan. They could mistake you for the shooter and shoot you, the authorities. So it's like you almost got to run and get the hell out of there and not really fight back in fear that they'll confuse you as one of the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes,
so
I understand your point.
So what would you do in that situation? Like, let's say that you and the kids are at the local Yippee-O, first of all, I wouldn't go to this sort of thing, but let's say that you did, and a guy whips out an AR-15, he starts picking people off, he's killed 3, he's injured 7. Do you let's say he's right here, okay? Do you strategically get back here with whatever handgun you have and try to shoot him and take him out and be the hero? Or are you, if you do that and the authorities roll up on here and they see that you got a handgun that's trying to take out the bad guy, I mean, I don't know that they can decipher all of that. They may take you out.
Well, if I was outgunned, but I could take a superior tactical position and take a shot, I would 100% do that. I would also have the element of surprise. If the police were actively rolling in and didn't know what was going on, then obviously trying to distinguish yourself from the bad guy makes sense.
Right.
But if I had a gun and I had a shot, I would 100% take it.
Here's the deal.
And I would take it fast, and that guy would be down, and then I'd put my gun down and my hands in the air and protect myself, and and just deal with what's next.
Well, here's the deal.
I'd protect my kids. I wouldn't just sit there idly and just take cover.
No. I think it would be determined on, one, can you get out of there? Like, is there a safe route out as he's going one way and you're going the other, so you can kind of mama duck your kids into the right way? Or 2, how quick are you on the scene? Because it's going to take a little bit for the authorities to get there, and if it's in general proximity of when it just happened, you can probably whip your gun out and get them, as long as it's not 5-10 minutes afterwards and you're still trying to run the guy down. At that point, you got probably cops there looking for him, and that's where they could potentially confuse you. The longer it goes, the more you probably want to get out of there. More so than if it spontaneously happens, you can strategically take your spot and take them down relatively soon to when this all started.
Yeah, I mean, the alternative is, grab one of the big stuffed animals and run. But
now you're loitering? Okay, Dan, you saved your entire family from the shooter, but what? Oh, I got a pink elephant too on the way out.
It's my shield.
Individual with a switch, semi-automatic. I saw another one that was 2. That's when I heard over that those shots fired. That's when I took off around the corner.
Do you know what he means by switch?
One female was.
What's that?
Do you know what he means by switch?
No.
Have you seen those things they put on the back of Glocks? It's about the size of, it's like the width. It's about a 1/2 inch by a 1/2 inch by a 1/2 inch. A little black thing they put on the back of a Glock. It turns it into an automatic weapon. And a lot of the hood guys brag in their videos about having them, and it literally makes.
Do they call it a switch?
They call it a switch.
Glock switch.
And it's a little black square that goes in the back of a Glock and turns it into a zipping automatic Glock.
I sent you what the one suspect that
can you send me
super dangerous?
Can you send me like a video of the switch gimmick?
Yes.
So is this one of the?
That's one of the suspects.
Oh,
nice. I like when the boobs hang down below the belly button.
Yeah,
that's sexy.
I like when our society has pretty much given this person a pass in life, and nobody has distinguished this person as a possible threat. I don't think a person on a Sunday at 6:01 in the afternoon decides to become a mass killer just at that particular spontaneous moment. I think this, obviously, to be able to be this sick and want to do this terrible of a thing, you've had to slip through the mental health cracks in some way, shape, or form.
That person crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like, this person just didn't wake up Sunday and go, oh, I'm going to take an AR-15 down to the carnival today. No, I think this is something that had been planned or, obviously slipped through the mental health, checks and balances of life.
Supposedly they're in a gang.
Helping her out. While other one was doing CPR. People were grabbing people, chairs to help them put them up, sit them up. The yellow blanket for tarp covered up is the victim that died.
All right, what did you send me?
I sent you what the Glock switch looks like in action.
Now, why don't we make these illegal?
So this is semi-automatic, a single pull.
So these are not legal?
The Glock switch is illegal.
Yes.
So this is semi-automatic, a single pull of the trigger, and I'll do 3 shots as fast as I can. So that's a pull of the trigger each.
So this switch, what, Dan, puts extra pressure on the back slider to get it to recoil faster? Is that what it does?
It removes the lock that prevents a second fire when you squeeze the trigger.
So that guy actually fired off 3?
He did it conventionally, old-fashioned way.
Pull of the trigger each time, and then this again is.
So now he's got that black thing. He flipped the switch on it.
Now
he flipped the switch on.
Now it turns this from a semi-auto to more towards an auto?
To a Mac 9, yeah.
Oh my God!
It's more than 10 rounds a second.
Oh my God!
Pull of the trigger each time, and then this again.
All right, so hold on. This is him shooting as fast as he can, natural, where you have to pull the trigger 3 times. Bam, bam, bam. And this is what it sounds like when you do that. All right, so that was boom, boom, boom.
As fast as he could pull.
Right, and this is this is probably the fireworks expert for this agency.
It's an ATF guy.
Right. So what I'm saying is he's trained, Dan, to the average guy may not even be able to fire it that fast. It's the average consumer.
Right. This is a professional cop that is dealing with firearms as a career.
Exactly. This is his life. And so he, his 3-round burst is far quicker than ours. That's pretty fast.
Right.
Now he makes this switch.
So that's a pull of the trigger each time, and then this again.
And literally, Dan, it's just a little switch that you
can make on your 3D printer.
Is turning it on fully auto.
So an M16 fires around 600 rounds a minute, which is about 10 per second. That's faster. That's a fire rate of about 800 rounds a minute.
According to this, it says it allows a pistol to fire at approximately 1,200 rounds per minute.
That's double the speed of an M16.
I hope they're highly illegal.
They are, but you can make them on your 3D printer. So.
Well, still, when you get pulled over and the cops see that you got one of these devices on your gun, you're probably going to prison for a long time. Oh, this is the last thing.
How much lead do you think goes downfield, downrange with that? That's a ton.
It's the last thing that bad guys need.
So it looks like there was thousands of these devices imported from China.
I am all about. There's nobody that really. Me and Dan, we absolutely love the Second Amendment. I'm a huge Second Amendment guy. I really am. But I am not that guy. I am not for that. No way.
Looks like it costs about $20 to make.
Jesus.
Yep, and they can flip them off and flip them on. They can remove them in moments. It doesn't take much to hide it, so you don't have to keep it on your gun. But when you're about to roll up, then all of a sudden you got 30 rounds in literally 2 seconds. The problem is you have no aim, and most guys that have those guns can't shoot them for crap, and
they're probably shooting them sideways.
Right, but still, that's a lot of lead downrange that you gotta hope you're not getting hit by.
And if you do get hit by, you do not have a chance.
No.
Well,
now here's the other thing. Those guys that buy that $20, $50, whatever it is, switch, and they're buying 30 rounds, 35 rounds to fill that long magazine. The funny thing is, Bubba, is they used crappy bullets.
Crappy ammo.
And they use full jacketed bullets because they actually feed better and they're cheaper. They're not spending, $50 for a round of 20 or a box of 20 rounds. They're buying the cheap stuff. So hopefully they'll jam up. It's jacketed bullets don't kill you nearly as easily as a hollow point. So your best bet's just relying on their cheapness.
Anne Hathaway, I always have loved her, especially with the first Devil Knows Prada or Devil Does Prada, whatever the hell it was. The very
Devil
first
Wears Prada.
Devil Wears Prada, the first one, she was absolutely gorgeous in. I didn't know she was this big of a weirdo. Oof. Like, I didn't know that she was this big of a weirdo. I thought she was actually fairly. And listen, I don't care what your political affiliation is, whether you're a Democrat or you're a Republican. I could care less. Probably geographically, there has a little bit to determine as to what you are politically. I could care less what you are. But when you are, at an award show and you start spewing this nonsense, I'm done with you. Like you're just making no sense at all.
Three quick comments. First of all, she's mathematically beautiful. Second of all, I don't know why she tries to look like a boy so much when she sort of has masculine features. But the final thing is, maybe I'm misunderstanding this. Is she saying that when she says this, is she... I don't know what her point is. Do you understand what her final point is?
No.
Is she against it or for it?
No, here's the deal. That's why I am so upset with her, because I don't know necessarily what she's saying here, and I really have been a big fan of hers. I kind of like this look,
from 25 years ago. God bless her.
And this look. I mean, she's very gorgeous, and this is very good. This is a very good picture of her, but I don't know what has happened, and just like Dan said, I don't necessarily know what she's saying.
Right.
I don't know what she's saying. She's talking about maybe how she's a cis male, or I don't know.
But did she see that picture? You were just going through her pictures, the one on the far left in the black suit on the red couch. She's dressed like a dude.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back here. I have to go to words, and then we'll break this down. And then, of course, P. Diddy got into a fight.
Right there on the left.
Right here?
No, more. 2 over. 2 more left.
Here?
Yeah.
No, that can't be her.
That's her.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's her.
Uh-huh.
When I'm used to this.
Right.
I'm used to that or this. Look at that.
Yeah, well, when she's got bangs and she's doing the banging, you got to watch yourself.
So like that's last year at 4, that's 2025, and that looks good to me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And then this new one that came out yesterday.
Well, date her in Thailand so you can ask her.
Is that where she was?
Well, no, but that's what you're going to have to ask.
All right. We'll get into that. And then, of course, P. Diddy gets in a fight. Supposedly in prison. They've put him in solitary confinement.
You think it was a little slap fight, like a little bitchy slap fight?
Probably. And they're saying now it might jeopardize his gain time. It might jeopardize his release date because he might have been the one that started it, and now they've put him in solitary confinement. That in the end, Anne Hathaway weirdness that I watched the story that you sent me today, Lummy, and I'm like, what is she saying?
I played it 3 times. I couldn't understand.
That myth is that gayness orbits around straightness.
Yes.
Transgender orbits around cisgender, and all races orbit around whiteness, and it's not a myth. Dan, you're the smartest guy here. What does that mean?
It's a myth that gayness orbits around straightness, meaning that it's using like gayness as an opposite to straightness, almost as if it's a foil.
All right.
But I don't understand how,
Can you break so you broke the first part down. Now there's 2 more parts. Can you break that down? Transgender orbits around cisgender.
Well, cisgender is a new word, but it just means like conventional gender.
Yeah, like what we are.
And so transgender is a modification of a cisgender.
Okay.
Just like gay is a modification of straight, and white is and races orbit around whiteness. Again, it's nonsensical, Bubba. It doesn't make sense. And sometimes these people like to, Kamala Harris did it sometimes. This isn't being political, but they'll just grab onto a couple words and just keep repeating them over and over and over again, trying to make them fit into their narrative, and it doesn't make any freaking sense.
We're gonna break that down along with the P. Diddy stuff next. Stand by.
Don't be mad at him, dude. Be happy for him. He would be happy for you.
Yep, they got it all figured out.
Oh, no, I'm happy for him. I'm so happy for him that I would like to beat him with my happiness.
Bubba the Love Sponge returns after this.
Yeah, it's raining hard. I might have to go to the toilet, and I don't even ever go to the toilet. I go outside like Dan.
Honoring Old Fart, Colton Blazing Blues, Riz His, EWC, Alexandria Daddario. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I used to think so. Back in the old days. J-Law left you a message on your thingy. What's up, John Rick Bacardi 69, White Iced Tea, Cottonwoods, EWC, Mike Cock and Balls, Cottonwoods, G Funky,
And it is raining.
Jordan Fletcher, Jeff Merchant,
It is raining.
EWC, Liz, Mr. Eric B. Is it pouring?
Yeah, it's
Well,
bad.
now I can hear it. Good thing I'll
Is
curl
Jay
my-
Zoom or is he here today?
Yeah, Bubba, I don't know the answer to that.
Doesn't matter.
Trash guy, home clothes. Ghost profiles pass. I let it drive me all the time. I let it drive me this morning on the way in. Good luck, Oklahoma Realtor. Good for you, Unreal Fart.
I just texted you, Danny.
Yes.
You have?
No, I'm answering someone on the thing. I don't know.
I'll show you.
Right out here?
You don't got time.
No, hey, come back here.
Oh.
You don't have time. It's a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
Next break, I'll show you.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah. Maybe I just feel like that.
You're walking like you're like me.
Oh, I'm stiff. I'm just driving up.
I'm
stiff.
dying. I'm absolutely fucking dying. I'm dying. I'm dying.
The surfing just got me stiff. And then all the traveling afterwards.
Climbing in and out of that fucking grader.
Yeah, you're stiff too.
Well, that you got. I mean, my fucking shoulder. I blew my shoulder out. You got to climb the fucking ladder of the water truck each time you load, right? You got to climb into the grader.
You're getting a leg workout.
No, you're getting a fucking shoulder workout.
Oh.
Those donuts were good.
Whether you're a contractor or do-it-yourselfer, Sunbelt Rentals is committed to making it easy to get the tools and equipment you need. With a vast network of locations across the U.S. and Canada, no one brings more yes to your project. Our broad inventory and dedicated team of experts makes equipment rental absolutely available, positively reliable, and unquestionably easy. Visit sunbeltrentals.com to reserve your equipment or find a location near you.
No focus groups and no apologies. Back now to Bubba the Love Sponge.
So I have until Friday to get my stuff dropped off. Hopefully you as well. Friday, July 31st is the last day for you to make a difference. Tools for Schools, all sponsored by Sunbelt Rentals. Help kids get supplies, and it's all the United States and Canada Sunbelt Reynolds. Lummy made his drop off and videotaped it. Me and Erica will be doing the same by the end of this week, and I'm taking it right on down to see Daniel at 301. And was it I-4 and 301 or no?
It's a 301 in MLK.
Yeah, there you go. It's actually just past the fairgrounds a little bit, right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
There you go. So thank you, Daniel, and thank you, Bob, and Kevin, and all of our great friends at Sunbelt Rental. Go to your Walmart or your Sam's Club or your Costco or your Target or whatever. Buy some school supplies, construction paper, 1-inch 3-ring binders, pencils, color pencils, notebooks, glue sticks, index cards. You can go to Sunbelt Rentals, and they actually have a little section of the supply wish list. Go and load up. I mean, spend $50, $60, whatever, $25,
and it's tax free.
It is. So and then take it down to your local Sunbelt Rental. They have a display for you to put all your stuff in, and just holler at the counter person. Hey, I'm Bubba Army. That's all you got to say. Then enough of these people will tell their regional supervisors, hey, people are saying Bubba Army. I don't know what that necessarily means. There's probably some people like in Texas or something like that are Bubba Army, but their local Sunbelt Rentals not familiar with us. And they'll tell their district guy, and it'll better us with regards to already a strong relationship we have with Sunbelt Rental.
Yes.
So thank you, Bubba Army, for doing that. I appreciate you. We were talking about Anne Hathaway, and I'm a huge fan. Like, I don't like this look. Like, she trying to do a Princess Diana gimmick. Like, what is she doing? She's so naturally beautiful. I prefer her with dark hair. I didn't know that. I thought she had better jugs than this. And
no, she's flat.
And what is this gathering? The Human Rights Campaign? Like, what is it? Where's it at? What are they doing? Like, why is she speaking? Why are you talking? Did you win some kind of award? Or what? Or are you just spewing this nonsense?
With the exception of being a cisgender male, everything about how I was born.
So hold on. She identifies as a cisgender male. Is that what she's saying?
No, she's like other than being a cisgender male, which is the worst thing you can possibly be.
What was just like, but basically what we are.
A dude. That she's the second worst you could possibly be.
So it looks like she received an award, National Ally for Equity, National Ally for Equality Award.
What does that mean? I mean, I would think
she's
that
an ally for equality.
I would say that she has had a very much easy way the average person has to struggle in Hollywood and never gets discovered and never is part of a huge franchise and never the acclaimed or the accolades that she has won as an actress. And I'm sure that
but she had to blow Weinstein. I mean, how did she get there? She had to have her break.
Was
she a Weinstein complainer?
I don't think so. But I mean, I don't know. Is that what she's getting at here? Let's listen to it for me.
The exception of being a cisgender male, everything about how I was born has put me at the current center of a damaging and widely accepted myth.
Dan, what did she just say?
I think she's speaking out against the DEI shaming of cisgender and white people.
Meaning like if
conventional people, Americans that were like, Republicans and Democrats in the 90s, the people that are now vilified because, we were just us.
That myth is that gayness orbits around straightness, transgender orbits around cisgender, and that all races orbit around whiteness. And it is a myth that keeps money and power in the hands of the few instead of being invested in the lives of the free.
Is that like a socialistic kind of deal?
I think she's saying that there's people are. I'm not certain.
It's kind of bad. Let me just interject you, and then the floor is yours. It's kind of bad when I got a guy that's a doctor and a lawyer that's arguably probably in the upper 1% of the intellect table of your IQ, and he can't quite wrap his smart head around what you're saying.
Because what she's saying doesn't make sense at the venue. I think she's saying that this DEI and promoting transgenderism at the expense of cisgenderism, and promoting gay at the expense of straight, and promoting other races at the expense of the white race is damaging and dangerous.
I think
that's what she's saying,
but it doesn't make
sense.
I don't know what you just said. I don't know what you said.
She goes, it's not right to vilify the straight white man to make room for the importance of these other.
Oh, so maybe we really should appreciate what she's saying because she's kind of sticking up for us a little bit.
I think so, yes. And I think there's a lot of people that she says are taking advantage of these DEI stuff.
Okay, well, maybe we should take a step back, realize that maybe she's kind of dancing with us a little bit here because we feel the same way.
But she just got the award for it, so why would she say that?
I don't know.
So that's what doesn't make sense to me.
I appreciate this community so much because it's where I learned to reject this myth.
She's saying the opposite of it.
So
she's saying the opposite of what you're saying, Dr.
So
Dan.
Dan's trying to give her the benefit of the doubt by saying she might be saying how we feel and that DEI hires are nonsense and that everything should be based around just how good you are and not necessarily what you are or who you are. And let me saying that's not what she's saying.
Yeah.
She's saying full steam ahead.
I learned to reject this myth. I appreciate this community because together we are not just going to question this myth. We are going to destroy it.
She's saying that how society works now.
What's she saying?
She's saying now how society works is like the white race. Everything revolves around the white race, and everything revolves around cisgender. Everything goes around that, but they're going to destroy it, and it's not going to be that everything has to go around the white race and the cisgender. It's going to be a totally different.
Dear Anne Hathaway, you completely lost me. I no longer am going to seek out any of your movies based on you being hot or like me thinking you're cool because I think you're a weirdo and I hate your new look and pack sand, bitch.
Just show your penis at the next movie.
Yeah, since you're, I don't even know. We don't even really know what you are, Anne. I know this. You lost some fans today. Now, this is funny. Before I get into the P. Diddy stuff, this is actually Bill Clinton of 1992 and the things that he campaigned with Al Gore and the things that he believed in would make him a far right candidate today. And what Bill Clinton championed and campaigned. Listen, this is from 1992. And tell me, and here's the problem. This is what the Democratic Party needs to get back to. I might join.
A new generation of Democrats, Bill Clinton and Al Gore, and they don't think the way the old Democratic Party did. They've called for an end to welfare as we know it, so welfare can be a second chance, not a way of life.
Boom! Is that how we feel?
Yeah.
They've sent a strong signal to criminals by supporting the death penalty.
Boom! That's how we feel.
And they've rejected the old tax and spend politics. Clinton's balanced 12 budgets, and they've proposed a new plan investing in people, detailing $140 billion in spending cuts they'd make right now. Clinton Gore, for people, for a change.
I mean, is that not...
New generation.
I mean, is that not the right wing today?
Yeah.
Right? I mean...
Cutting spending.
Spending. Welfare's not a way of life. It's a second chance. Balanced budgets. Death penalty. That's completely...
No, you're just a Nazi if you believe in it.
Now you're just a Nazi, but really you're Bill Clinton. The Democrats should say, hey, listen, let's go back to a couple of the more successful Democrats and see what they were doing. Oh, Barack Obama and Bill Clinton. Let's take a hybrid between those two and roll that guy or chick out. I think you'd have a far better chance than the AOCs and the Jasmine Crockett's and some of the Kamala Harris, Bernie Sanders, Tim Walz. Give me a break.
They'd have to run as an independent.
Yeah, that candidate right there, Bill Clinton, a two-time, a two-term president, and the last president that didn't have us in any wars and had a balanced budget, ran on those things, and that would make you an independent today. Doesn't make you a Democrat, it makes you an independent. Just like John Morgan said when we had him on a while. He's like, listen, I didn't leave the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party left me.
That's why he started his own party.
That's why I'm starting my own party.
The Common Ground.
The Common Ground. Hell yeah.
Nice party.
A star in legal trouble? Diddy, who was reportedly thrown into solitary confinement after allegedly choking a fellow inmate out, now his early release could be in jeopardy just after 19-year-old twins Jesse.
Whoa, these are his kids, I think.
Yeah.
They're the two in the tracksuits, and then the reporter is the girl that
the prettiest one in the middle.
Well, and she needs to eat a cheeseburger, though. My Lord. I like thin, in-shape, petite chicks, but my God.
And Delilah broke their silence about his life behind bars.
So this is his two twins, correct?
Yes, they're 18.
Right. And they're his daughters.
Yes.
Is his spirit still up? Is he?
Yes, he's been very focused, like being a better person for his family.
Yeah, being a better person. He beat the crap out of some dude, choked him out. He's in solitary confinement right now.
The Breakfast Club's Lauren LaRosa was tipped.
Oh, the Breakfast Club. What a bunch of race-bait mother effers. This Charlemagne the God. Where the hell did he... What type of dues did he pay?
Let's find out.
Off about the alleged altercation, which she says occurred yesterday at around 4 p.m.
Literally, the phone call was, hey, Diddy choked the man out. He was placed in solitary confinement, and he'll be there for at least 30 days, is what I was told. I said, why? They said, sometimes people think that they can play with him.
Diddy's rep tells ET they have no information about the alleged assault. If prison officials determine he violated their rules, Diddy could lose good behavior credits, potentially pushing back his scheduled release date of February 23rd, 2028.
February 23rd, 2028. He's still got a year and a half left.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Take out a couple, good conduct things, and all of a sudden that starts stacking and creeping up.
Exactly.
It's contingent upon.
Listen, I do think that they overcharged him on, he had his driver provide car service for hookers. That's what they got him on.
Yeah, and all Al Capone did was cheat on his taxes.
Right, but right.
That's what they got him on.
They
couldn't get him on the other
make
stuff.
examples out of people they're going to make examples out of, and I think that P. Diddy should have gotten time served. Now, listen, had the more serious sex trafficking, that type of deal stuck, had they found him guilty of that, then I could understand him being in prison for how long, if not longer. But basically just providing car service to a hooker, I think they way overcharged him.
Yeah, but do you think he should have served any time for beating the crap out of that girl in the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what they did. So no one cared that Al Capone cheated on his taxes. That was just the one way they could get him.
I know.
And this was the one way they could get Diddy.
That's not the way the judicial system's supposed to work, where they come back and, get you on something that really isn't that big a deal because they're really getting you on something that they didn't get you on.
Well, ask OJ. That's what happened to him.
Yeah, true. I mean, like
it's
OJ.
That's the American justice on the backside.
OJ actually went in to get his stuff back on a guy that was trying to sell his stuff back to him. So Dan, that would be like somebody coming.
Right, I understand. You should have just written him a bad check.
Well, but here's the deal: OJ didn't know that the guy that was taking him there had a gun on him. He didn't know that. OJ didn't have a gun, and OJ. But when you're a felon, well, no, he wasn't a felon.
But you're committing a felony.
Yeah, when you're committing a felony act,
and there's a gun involved,
and you're the leader or the
or
person,
an accomplice. They all get charged with the same.
That's what they got him on.
Didn't they hold him hostage for a couple of days?
No, I don't.
I
think it was for half hour while they were cleaning out their stuff.
Oh, if you want to know Charlemagne the God's career, he was an intern. Z93.
Okay, so he's
for 1 year.
All right.
And then he was the co-host to Wendy Williams' show.
Right.
For 3 years.
Right.
He was laid off, and then he worked at 103 The Beat for 1 year, was fired, and then started the Breakfast Club.
What a DEI fast track. My Lord.
And just to clarify, Anna Hathaway did not accuse Weinstein, but she did say she was abused sexually throughout her career.
In Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good behavior in custody, because you don't want the appellate judges having concerns about his ability to safely reintegrate.
Jesse and Delilah just launched their clothing line and told me they want to forge their own path away
But use your daddy as all your ads and as all your identity.
From all of the negativity surrounding their dad.
His press is his own press. Our press is our own press. It's honestly just made us push and work harder.
I hate these entitled little brats, and I hope I hope that he screwed up his game time, and he has to stay longer. I wish the.
But you just said you think he was overcharged.
No, he did. He got overcharged on what they got him for. I wish they would have had better prosecution, and the Cassie stuff was in play, but it wasn't. So, what they got him for I thought was chicken shiz, but I wish they would have done a better job on the front side of charging him something that was going to stick. I just wish the prosecution would have done a better job on finding something a little bit more sticky than what they got him for, because the main charges he got out of. Because I think that the Cassie tape was not I don't think that was entered into evidence. I don't think the jury could consider that crime in the crimes that he was facing. I don't think that they could consider the Cassie crime in charging him. I think that was settled, Dan, and they couldn't necessarily use that as against him. I think. I don't know. I know. Didn't the jury watch it though? Didn't the jury watch it? So if they're allowed to watch it, then they should be able. It should be in play.
If they watch it, it's in play, but it probably shouldn't be in play because it has nothing to do with what they were charging him with.
Right, and I think that's what
it would taint the jury.
I think that's what the defense said.
Prejudicial.
They've rolled this tape out. This is not in question. He's not being charged with anything on this tape. I think they somehow got it in. I don't know.
I didn't follow the trial that much.
Yeah,
I mean, it was going to be nothing but a clown show.
I did, but I didn't. When we returned, a Secret Service agent from Miami was on some kind of deal. I think Trump was going to be in town, and he had to secure some type of golf course or something like that. And while he was in town in Miami, this is a Secret Service guy. He's outside these women's doors masturbating.
Oh.
Like,
how do people think they're going to get away with that today?
I don't know.
He's Secret Service. He knows how to hide.
I don't know. I'm Secret Service. You'd think that, okay, maybe he got drunk or whatever, but if I got drunk, I'm still mindful of the job position that I have, and how do I think I can be in the hallway of an upscale Miami, hotel masturbating to chicks that I've seen walk in and out of the other room? And if you were to masturbate, why wouldn't you okay, I'm not saying you should do this because it's creepy, but in the privacy of your own home, if you were to be looking out that little peephole to the girl next door, that's all the people that are entering and out, coming in and out of that particular room, maybe you could masturbate to those people, but it would be in the privacy of your own room behind a door. Now that's still creepy, but it's probably not going to get you thrown in jail.
He was trying to show her what he was working with.
Is that what he did?
Yeah.
And that's ever going to work.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
Unless a chick says, hey, big boy, show me what you're working with, don't assume that showing a person what you're working with is ever going to be okay. Ever. And quite frankly, I don't know that women are attracted to just straight penises.
Yeah, I don't think the people.
I mean, penises are not pretty. Penises are just not pretty.
Speak for yourself, Bubba.
If you love that segment, then check out BubbaArmyHQ.com and do a deep dive on past shows. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show will be right back.
Home and do it. It's such an embarrassing thing to get popped for, too. And you're done forever, because any chick looks you up and they're like, "Oh, arrested."
Oh,
for
you're
exposing
Johnny
yourself.
Masturbator.
Yeah, I mean, you're
tainted
forever. You're a pariah. No one's ever going to go out with you again.
Oh, Dan, let me show you.
Yes.
Jay Zoom. Jay text me Zoom.
Boom. What's up, everyone? Big Laundry, 58 months. What's up, everyone? Hope everyone had a great weekend. I met some good people. Some good Bubba Army at Bolton Brews. Some non-chatamungos. It's pretty cool. Inmate therapies, yeah, I'll take about 10 acres if you're throwing them out there. What's up, Grouper Lips? Hello, Mr. Iggy McGillicuddy. Hope you're having an amazing day. Yeah, Johnny Masturbator. That'd be perfect. I can't wait to say Johnny Masturbator, $10. Woo! Johnny C. Bradley.
Episode 1 or 2? Oh, okay, 1.
And you're also, don't forget we have the video on there too on Spotify, Mark.
What?
We have the video up on Spotify too. So it's getting out there.
Thank you. Is that something you guys need to tell me on air?
And Tubi is easy to get on. You don't have to pay for anything.
What?
Really easy. Tubi.
Oh, Tubi, yeah. Dan's talking about Tubi. Uh-oh.
She didn't like Dan.
Nope. Dan or Babyface. Nice, Riz is. Tell him Bubba Army. What's up, Jay? Good morning, Joe. Hello, Joe. Thank you, T-shirt World and 20.
Is Fabrizi still up north, or is he back down here at all?
I have no idea.
Oh, really?
Probably north.
These guys pretty much spend there forever?
All summers.
You gonna do that snowbird thing? Just come down here in the winter when it's temperate? You still have his big ass boat with all the engines?
Nope.
Really? Because you went up there?
He's got like 6 snowmobiles up there.
Thank you, Joey the Wall.
Throw up your rock fist when I drop this.
Bubba's back to tell it like it really is.
Back to the sponge.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
So I'm starting to get like my stuff positioned as we're going through various boxes. Of course, we've got all the on-air things that we need and the TVs and various things so that we look good on air, if you will. But like I'm starting to get like my little aloe lotion over here to my left, and then I'd like to once a show dental floss my teeth.
There you go.
During the 5 minutes and 20 seconds that we have, if I'm not, I usually go out one time and pee, maybe. Sometimes I don't go the entire show. But in the couple things I like to do is one break, I like to moisturize my face. And then the other break, back in the old studios, I had always had some dental floss. And I would try to dental floss my teeth, which
so important. People underestimate how important it is to floss. It helps your gums. Well, there's always crap in between your teeth.
So here's the one. So one of the reasons why I do that is because a lot of people don't realize that most of the people that are going to have later in life teeth issues it's actually gum disease issue more likely than teeth issues.
It's more fragile,
right? So. The one thing, and I was going to ask Dan if he medically knew, but I was told, or I read, or maybe I was told by a dentist, is that your gums are the only thing in your body that act in this way. And that is if you irritate them and you make them, well, I mean, first of all, if you dental floss and your gums just bleed a bunch, it shows you that you haven't dental flossed in a long time. The more your gums bleed, the more unhealthy at first they are. But they're very resilient. And the fact that I was told medically, one of the reasons why you dental floss is to irritate your gums, because when your gums build back, they build back stronger.
Just like your muscles do.
Is that true?
Yeah.
So if you dental floss, and when you first start, let's say you started getting on a daily dental floss regimen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at first you're going to be spitting up a lot of blood.
First week or two.
Yeah, first week or so. But then after that, you'll notice that I'm just getting food particles and, plaque and what have you between your teeth. And you have very little to no blood because you have toughened your gums up so much that now that irritant, that piece of dental floss that's, aggressively going back and forth through your teeth and side to side, no longer your gums are bleeding because they've kind of, for lack of a better term, built themselves up. And every time you irritate your gums and they repair themselves stronger. Now, is that kind of the premise, Dan, of the way the gums work, so to speak?
Yes. And because also, if you don't floss, there's a lot of chronic bacteria in there. That chronic bacteria makes your gums chronically inflamed.
Like if you do dental floss, a lot of times you feel like you got kind of maybe bad breath because you're kind of getting all that bacteria that a toothbrush won't get.
Right. That's why I always brush after I dental floss.
Yeah, well,
people usually brush and then dental floss. You should if you do a quick brushing, just get the big stuff, dental floss, and then comprehensively brush your teeth because you've just released all that dirt from between your teeth.
Right. I got to find my water pick because that's the ultimate.
Yeah, it is.
If you water pick your teeth and you go to when you go to the Walmart or whatever, you actually buy like some gum medicine. They make medicine like mouthwash for your gums, and you throw a cap full of that into your water pick hopper. You mix it, with 1 cap of that gum medicine and then all the rest water, and you start blowing out your gums every night before you go to bed. You're going to be that much more ahead of the gum.
And receding gums doesn't happen if you floss. Your gums don't recede.
Oh, really?
Yes, it helps that.
I did not know that. Well, I'm back to. I only use the Glide, the Oral-B Glide.
Yes.
And I found it, and I'm starting to dental floss.
Like it.
So you guys should dental floss as well. Realize that when you first start it, you're going to have somebody hit you in the mouth, like you lost a tooth. You're going to have so much blood, but then eventually you have no blood, and your gums are that much better. New video obtained exclusively to 7 News shows the moment when a 32-year-old John Spillman, a Secret Service officer, was arrested back in May near the Miami International Airport for committing a sickening act in front of hotel guests.
Hands up!
This hotel takedown involves a Fed.
Against the wall!
But not in the way you might think. 33-year-old John Spillman, a Secret Service officer, busted May 4th.
How can you be...
He's not a bad-looking guy either.
That prestigious of a job and think that you can masturbate in the hallway of a upscale hotel and get away with it?
At the DoubleTree near Miami International Airport, seen on body camera footage obtained exclusively by 7 News.
Thank you.
A victim thanks Miami-Dade deputies during Spillman's arrest after guests here and hotel staff said they saw the defendant with his pants lowered and masturbating on the 6th floor next to a woman's hotel.
Like, does he look? Do you think that? Oh, Jay's on. Okay, cool. I got Jay. Jay is now with us.
Good morning.
Hi, Jay. Boy, you sound so much better than you did last week. You guys must have dialed it in a little something.
I don't know. Maybe just a different Zoom signal.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, he was a little scratchy last week. He's dead on now.
He sure is.
Very nice. Hello, Jay. How was your weekend?
It was amazing. How was yours?
Horrible. But, I mean, it was amazing in the feat that I was able to pull off and how I could get the track ready after having 14 inches of rain in the past 2 weeks. But, man, I laid in bed all day yesterday because I spent 32 hours on that track Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday.
Lord.
Oh, my. I spent more hours at the damn track than I do here on the air.
Did the races go off well?
Oh, yeah, they went really well. We had a great crowd, great car count.
Nice.
Dodged a weather bullet. So, it looked great. So, welcome, Jay.
Thank you.
Hotel room, according to an arrest report. Spillman's from Marble Falls, Texas. And at the time, he was based in Washington, D.C.
He still has his pants. Look, Dan, he's still got his pants unbuckled like they may have just caught him,
Yeah, he was probably just doing it right there.
Yeah, no, they walked up on him. He was still.
How can you ever do that? Like Dan said during the break, every chick you ever try to date, or maybe this guy's married, they're always going to be like, "Oh, you're Johnny Public Masturbator." Ew. Like you might as well be borderline pedo at this point.
He was based in Washington, D.C. He was in South Florida in May to work a security detail at Trump Doral for the president's visit to the Cadillac Championship golf tournament. He'd later visit Miami-Dade jail.
All because of
Does he get fired for this?
Yeah. I would think so.
I would think so, yeah.
Alleged dirty deed here at the DoubleTree. And here's how it...
I mean, here's the one thing. If you're a Secret Service guy and you and the boys, after your detail, had a couple too many, and maybe they got you for a DUI, or maybe they got you for public drunkenness, or just something guys can get themselves into that isn't going to be good, but I don't think it's going to be, like, you're not going to be frowned upon. You're like, oh, listen, you're Johnny Dirty DUI guy. Like, people are like, listen, the guy made a mistake. He drank too much, got in his car. But when you're Johnny on the 6th floor masturbating and several people are calling the cops, and when the cops come there, they catch you with your pants, unbuckled, with you, taking your penis around the farm, I don't know that there's a lot of compassion in that.
No.
Went down from start to finish.
Put your hands up. No. Stand up. 3, 1 in custody.
After calls to the Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office about an alleged masturbating man roaming the DoubleTree, scaring guests with his pants down, and sending at least one woman scrambling to her room, the federal officer would then meet the local authorities.
Yo, don't touch him too much.
They were careful where they'd put their hands. An officer, but not a gentleman.
Oh, why your pants down?
Man, what a salacious cheese dick an officer.
But where do you go from here? I mean, do you end up opening up daycare in Detroit?
No, I don't know. I don't know what you do.
He's screwed in the law enforcement business.
Right.
He's screwed in that business.
I mean, he might be able to be a mall cop, maybe. Whack and hunt.
Hall monitor.
I hate to what's to drink.
What?
Look, I hate to what's to drink.
Yeah, no.
I'm Secret Service.
Yeah, it sounds like you're Secret Service. What's that?
They're even telling him he's fired. Dude, you're gonna have a new job tomorrow.
I'm looking at the actual Brent crude oil futures right now. It's $84.70
down,
which is down from, I think Friday it was 90. It was 91, yeah. So it's down a little bit. Oil prices ease in early trading Sunday. Falling further from a 2-point month high set last week. The United States and Iran have refrained from launching military strikes in the Persian Gulf for the second straight day. The price of a barrel of Brent crude to be delivered in September dropped 4.9% to $92 shortly after trading resumed. The decline followed a 4.9% drop on Friday. So, I mean, all of the futures in the oil, that's to be like how much we are attacking and they're attacking us that's what it is completely controlled by.
And you're predicting what the price is going to be in September.
Yeah, what if we have a hurricane by then?
Well, then it changes, and so that affects it.
The United States has not attacked Iran for the second day.
It has not attacked Iran for a second day. And Tehran.
Now, what does that mean? Do we just take the weekend off? Or are we actually making some progress where we've absolutely got them buckled to their knees where we could actually get something done? And even when we do get that, can you believe necessarily what they agree to? You know what I'm saying? I don't know that if we even get an agreement that lets us gracefully get out of here, are they going to abide by it?
No way.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're
not going to abide by an agreement until it's a complete surrender.
Right.
If they think they can negotiate and they have anything left to negotiate, they're going to keep being dicks about it.
Which means we got to take away.
And just destroy them.
We got to take away the remaining pieces of the very, 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 nearly gone puzzle that they cannot use as negotiation tools because we've bombed them or taken them.
Says
and they need to take out this group of leaders has proven to be untrustworthy, unreliable, and people that are going to put egg on the face of this administration when he tries to enter into a deal.
Right, and so, Lummy, is it still part of the Supreme family or whatever? Mm-hmm. Is it still part of that guy?
Yeah. Well. What's the guy?
It's an Ayatollah.
Yeah,
it's an Ayatollah Khomeini.
Yeah.
So the guy in charge is a descendant of the asshole that we had to get out of office in 79-80. That Ayatollah Khomeini, wasn't it? That's his name?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's his grandson, right? That's who it is. The gay one now is his son, grandson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they killed his father in the first round of the bombings of Epic Fury, Bubba.
So it would have been Ayatollah's son got killed in the first couple days of bombings, and now his grandson's in charge. And didn't we blow off one of his legs, maybe?
Supposedly.
As it has also halted attacks. This pause comes amid efforts to resume negotiations on an interim ceasefire deal. The U.S. previously targeted Iranian coastal areas after Iran fired at ships in the vital Strait of Hormuz.
And here's the deal. Where are they getting all this stuff to be able to fire at us? Where are they getting it at? Because one would think that they don't have a lot left. Or are they still getting stuff in from China and, various other stinky bastards that are helping these stinky bastards out? Where are they getting this stuff? And how much of it can they have that really hurts us?
Well, just lobbying a couple things at civilian ships hurts us. But, we gave them 2 months off, at which time they shipped, they retooled, they rebuilt, they reconstructed, and they rehid as much as they could. And so this is one of those things that,
so you're
in
saying,
retrospect,
Dan,
taking the foot off their neck was a mistake.
So you're saying, Dan, in that month of we're going to give them till next Tuesday, we're going to give them till next Tuesday, we're going to give them till next Tuesday, they, instead of negotiating in good faith, they went and used that opportunity to restock their whatever resources they had to be able to take a couple swipes at us.
It sure seems that way, Bubba. Yeah. And again, trying to balance compassion with success, and that's the problem. I think that Trump was trying to be a humanitarian and not destroy a bunch of civilians or infrastructure, but these guys are dicks, and they're just not gonna. They're not gonna.
And they use that time. They use that time instead of to negotiate to restock and cause us, the latest nightmares of last week when we had to really, really give them the good news. Yeah.
The Pentagon has not commented on the pause. Mediation efforts by countries like Pakistan and Qatar remain unclear. Concerns about shipping in the region persist, especially with threats from Iranian-backed Houthi rebels. Talks with Oman about safe passage in the Strait of Hormuz are ongoing, with some progress reported.
Here's what I can't understand. The Strait of Hormuz was never in play before Epic Fury. People came and go as they wanted. They traveled freely throughout that 29 to 30 mile an hour little bottleneck of a Strait of Hormuz that they call, and nobody was paying tolls, and nobody was afraid, and nobody was getting bombed, and what have you. And so the minute we start this deal, they now make this a part of negotiations when realistically I don't think anybody can really own it. It's international waters. And like, am I correct or not in the fact that it wasn't necessarily up for negotiation until we started this deal, and that was they were grasping at something to hold over everybody's head, and they grabbed this.
They realized it would cripple the world if they did this, and they found out their one power, and that's the Strait. If they just terrorize the Strait, and all it requires is a drone every 5 days, then they shut down world trade.
Some progress reported. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu plans to travel to Washington and meet with U.S. President Donald Trump on Tuesday.
All right, so BB's coming over here on Tuesday. Hopefully we can get on the same page. That's half the problem, ain't it? Like when during that ceasefire that we had, we would honor our ceasefire, but then Israel would lob some stuff into Hezbollah, and then that would piss off the Iranians and be like, listen, you can't keep Bibi in check, so we're not going to keep our Houthis in check, right?
That's right. Yep. So it was Lebanon, and the president of Lebanon was at the White House last week, and basically Lebanon's going to agree to take care of Hezbollah in return for Trump getting Netanyahu to stop lobbing things into Lebanon. Because like you're saying, that's every time we're getting close to a ceasefire or something, Israel seems to do something to kind of aggravate the situation a little bit more, or try to put their regional issues, they're making them our regional issues, which sort of are, but that's exactly right, Bubba, what you just described.
Yeah. So that's why we can't really negotiate, because we got Israel over there acting like they're on their own little deal there. And then Hezbollah reports back to Iran saying, Netanyahu's being a dick, bombing us, so you guys need to keep up your pressure on America, and we are where we are at this day.
So it looks like with the Strait of Hormuz in 2025, it looks like when Israel launched some attacks, it looks like Iran shut down the strait, and I guess that's what kind of got on Trump's radar about going after Iran, because it really spiked oil prices.
I mean, if we had a chance to redo it over, I think everybody potentially appreciates that somebody's trying to finally hold these people accountable, and they can't be the bullies of the Middle East for over nearly 50 years. Mm-hmm. But I mean, did we miscalculate on how resilient and how just insane they really, really are? And I think that we thought it was probably going to be quicker than this. I think maybe potentially.
I think there was a miscalculation by this administration. I think that the Straits of Hormuz was always one of those things we've pussyfooted around for 50 years. We've always known it's really been under Iranian control, but this really made it obvious, like Danny said, that they don't need a huge military to make it risky and unpassable and have effects on international trade. And so at the end of this ordeal, there's going to be some sort of a resolution where that Strait of Hormuz is wide open and Iran has no control over it. Or as a Trump voter, this has been a huge failure, even with elimination of the nuclear issue. What you just said is the truth. They've always kind of had control over it, but now it seems like they've got this big old bargaining chip. And so if they have this big old bargaining chip at the end of this like escapade that Trump likes to call it, not good at all. So it'll be interesting. And you know, part of me is now saying the Bubba philosophy is what he should have done all wrong, because you've been saying from the beginning, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Why don't we take that 15% out? Let's go. Let's do it.
That's the only thing that's gotten their attention when we did 13 straight nights of bombing. That's what's got us now where we potentially are on maybe getting some kind of deal when we completely obliterated a lot of their infrastructure. Something, because now we've found out that negotiating with them in good faith simply is never in good faith. They're a bunch of lying mother effers. They're never going to tell us what we want to hear. And if they do tell us what we want to hear, they're not going to abide by it. So
they're fragmented, and whoever does rise to power is going to have a very tenuous position, because the people of Iran are so fickle. And, you know, they killed 40,000 people that protested a year ago or 6 months ago. And so the strongest, hardest reformists are all dead.
Yeah, at that point, that leaves the regime in charge, and you can't trust them for nothing.
No, so might as well kill everybody and start over.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, they're not, you know, what are they going to do? Rally up Trump on some war crimes? You're not going to get him on nothing.
No.
Unless you're some bitch shopping for a hat back in 1982 at a department store in New York. I mean, please. You're not going to get that guy for nothing. What an absolute screw job that Jay, how does the judicial system wrong, even on the appellate arena, how does that happen? How does something like that, where you're awarded $85 million because you supposedly grabbed some woman's vagina in a hat department, 52 years ago, how does that work?
New York court system. And that's why no one pays attention to it, even me as a lawyer. When I see things on the ballot of which judge to vote for, I really don't know a lot about the judges. But this is what happens when you have a judiciary in New York State, and specifically Manhattan, that is anti-Trump, super left-wing. And, I would have thought basic evidentiary rules, like Danny and I from law school, that you're not allowed to admit prior bad acts. Okay, so a prior bad act is like, say you're alleged to have done something.
It's like Diddy beating up his girlfriend in the hallway.
They didn't. Well,
yeah. They bring all that stuff in. Now that one was relevant to his. They were trying to make it relevant to one of the issues in the case, and so you're not supposed to be able to use it unless you can use it for one of the exceptions. And so, in my legal opinion, those prior bad acts that were unsubstantiated accusations from other women who never had prosecuted, let alone obtained a conviction against the president, I don't think that should have been admissible. When you're a jury and you hear this crazy story about something that happened allegedly in a dressing room, the person can't remember the month, can't remember the year, can't remember exactly.
There's no videotape. There's nobody that was on duty that day that she reported to. Like, it's literally her and him. He said, she said deal. And when can you get an $85 million judgment against you for a he said, she said with no other evidence and no
because you let the other evidence in? I just said that's what you're right. If that trial was done the way it should have been, which is just the issues related to the allegation, and they could have brought in all the things about her past history to impeach her credibility, because there's two ways you win a case like this. One is impeach the credibility of the memory of the witness who's throwing these allegations against you. And that was, that was impeded heavily by this court. There was a lot of limitations on what they could use to impeach her as the witness. Additionally, you had the other side of it, which was allowing all these other stories in. So if you don't allow them to impeach the person making the allegations, and then you let 4 or 5 or 6 other salacious allegations in, what do you think a jury's going to do in New York that hates Trump?
And I don't know why
85% voted against him.
Why does New York hate him so bad? He's been so good for the infrastructure and the building and the amount of money and the amount of money that he is, probably the tax code and the property taxes and just
Orange man bad. That's all they know.
Yeah.
Orange man bad. The entire Democrat platform is based on orange man bad. And that's all it is. There's no substance. It's only to vilify, dehumanize, and denigrate anything associated with Donald Trump. And you said it already this morning. Bill Clinton's like, we need a border. We need to get rid of all these illegal aliens. We need to spend responsibly. But because Trump says it now, it's Satan's words.
Well,
it's hypocritical. Democrats would be so much more believable, so much more better supported if they came up with a real platform and said, "Oh, well, okay, we can agree on maybe we should have a border. Maybe we should prosecute criminals. Maybe we should have a sustainable system here that helps everybody succeed, and not just the fringe people."
So
then all of a sudden, people jump on board.
So hold on. Remember for years thereafter Ronald Reagan, where the cry for a Republican candidate would be, "I'm a Ronald Reagan type Republican." They really, that was a big battle cry. That really was. And because, you're coming from a two-term, well-liked president that, was well-liked and so in a lot of people's eyes did. Now, if you really pull the curtain back on Reagan, he was really part of some shady stuff. The Iran arms controversy, Oliver North, G. Gordon Liddy. Like there was a lot that a lot of people that Ronald Reagan got a pass on. But needless to say, he's been looked at by Republicans as the ultimate Republican president, and people would say, "I'm a Ronald Reagan Republican." Well, you know what the Democrats need to go back to? I'm a Bill Clinton Democrat. Because
I could say I'm a Bill Clinton Republican.
Yeah, I mean, Bill Clinton, somebody needs to latch on to that. Because it was most adults can remember when he was in office, we weren't struggling for the most part. It was a better time. We didn't have any war. We had a balanced budget, and he made sense. He brought back the death penalty, wanted to lock down our borders. It just I
put work back in welfare.
Put work back in welfare. But they'd laugh if you were a Democrat and you go, "I just want to let you know I'm a Bill Clinton type Democrat." They'd laugh at you, be like, "What? No."
You're so right about it, because the moment he went down the golden escalator, like Dan said, it was like a toggle switch, where he was one of the most beloved people in Hollywood and among the Democrats. He was invited to the Clintons' wedding, Chelsea Clinton's wedding. I mean, he was one of their hugest donors, and they would go kiss the ring of the Don when it was campaign season to go get their checks. The moment he went down the escalator, everything changed. And so, I love to hear when they're like, "I wish we had our own Joe Rogan." You had him. You lost him. Trump was a Democrat.
Yeah,
Trump's opinions on certain things are way more middle of the road than Republicans that would have called themselves Reagan Republicans back in the day. And it's more aligned with a Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton and Donald Trump's policies are not that far off, other than Bill Clinton was the best steward of our money, along with Newt Gingrich, with the deal with America by balancing our budget and eliminating deficit spending. It's hard to say this, but I'll say it's probably the best president in my lifetime, second Ronald Reagan behind him.
Yeah. When we return, Dan, I don't know if you ever saw this in the emergency rooms of New Orleans, but because there are large bodies, including the ocean. But all too often, when people drown while trying to save somebody that's drowning.
That's how Jeff Chigotzi's dad died. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't want to necessarily.
Well, it was a long time ago, but he died saving another person drowning, and that person pulled them underwater, and killed them.
All too often, this person's struggling, absolutely beside themselves, frantic, getting ready on the verge of dying, and when you go up to save them, they drown you and save themselves.
Right.
At the expense of trying to be hero.
That's when you got to be willing, if you're trying to go in to save someone, to knock a bitch out while you're saving them.
Yeah.
Because it's for their own good.
So anyway,
really?
This is last week. This is last week.
I will knock your ass out and then save you.
Dan will come in with a tranquilizer shot to your arm.
Nah, dude.
Like Dexter. Dan will come in and put one right. Dan will put one right in your neck, like Dexter. But anyway, I'm talking about that in the midst of a story I'm going to get to next time, When we come back, 5 drowned in an Ohio river while trying to help a struggling swimmer. So there's this struggling swimmer, and 5 people died trying to help this struggling swimmer. Same thing like for the Jeff Garagante deal. But this time it was how do you drown 5? You know, you would think that 2 would be enough, right?
You could take down 3 or so.
Yeah, I mean, plus I float. Like you can't drown me.
Bubba saved 5 people drowning.
All I would do is I'd float up there on my back, be like, listen, just grab a limb. Grab a limb. I got 4 of them, and I can save 4. Grab a leg, a left, a right leg, grab it, and then maybe somebody on my belly.
You could have saved Leonardo DiCaprio and the chick on the Titanic.
Yeah, I would have froze to death and been an ice cube, but I'm buoyant like you wouldn't believe. Please, I am so buoyant. You can't drown me. We'll do that story next.
He's not part of the solution. He's part of the problem. It's Bubba the Love Sponge.
I told my son, if you're ever in a pool and someone's holding you down, you have permission to do anything you want. You can punch, bite, pull hair, stick your finger on their eye, whatever you got to do.
Gouge them?
Gouge them, whatever you have to do. If someone's holding you underwater, you have permission to do anything you want.
What's your go-to move? Grab the balls?
I mean, it's whatever. Grab whatever you get hold of. Just great pain. I'll be the fucking Johnny Wick. Holy shit, G Funky Bass. That's crazy.
Is your home, office, or construction site in need of some serious cleaning? Call Spot Clean, Tampa Bay's trusted family-owned and operated cleaning service. From deep cleaning and move-out, move-in services to post-construction cleanup, our team delivers the spotless results you deserve. We're open 7 days a week and offer free contactless quotes. Don't spend your time cleaning. Spend your time enjoying a cleaner space. More information, go to spotcleaningservice.com. Use promo code BubbaArmy15 for 15% off. Call Spot Clean today and let Rose, Jeff, Mary, and the entire Spot Clean team handle your dirty work.
Too loud to ignore, too real to fake. We now return to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
JD Ocko via Zoom. Sounds great, looks great.
That's awesome.
As promised earlier or teased, 5 drowned in an Ohio river while attempting to help a struggling swimmer. Several people trying to save a struggling swimmer in an Ohio river have died. 2 children left alone watched the tragedy unfold before running for help. So did the parents jump in off the boats and the kids were watching their parents, try to be a hero and inevitably had to watch them die?
Yeah, they were on the shore watching them get swept out.
Oh, my Lord.
Let me see here. Here we go.
911 calls. Next year to the harrowing 911 calls just released tonight, revealing the scope of a horrific family drowning tragedy in Ohio. 2 children watching as their mother and father die. A total of 5 people dying, all trying to save a struggling swimmer. Here's Trevor Alt.
So 1 swimmer.
Wow. Tonight, these are the harrowing 911 calls from a mass drowning in an Ohio river.
We're right here on the riverbank, and we think we see a floating body.
A driver reporting a young boy screaming for help moments after his parents died.
There was like a little baby. I think it was like a boy. He was like screaming, like crying, like mama, mama.
Police say Sunday evening a group was fishing in the Scioto River just north of Columbus when one of the adults dove into that river and started to struggle. 2 children left on shore, both under 10 years old. They saw that heartbreaking struggle as their mother and father jumped in to help.
2 people went in to try to save them.
So originally there's one guy, he jumps in. Then the mom and dad jump in to save him, right? That's what we got so far?
Yes.
Those people started to struggle in the river. And now we had 2 additional go in the water. Other people attempt to save them, yet they don't have the skills to do that, so we end up with multiple deaths.
The children running into the street for help. Rescue crews scoured the river with helicopters and drones. 2 women died at the hospital, and Monday the bodies of 3 men were found in the river.
David, every adult who entered the water in this tragedy drowned. Those 2 children are now in the care of child services.
Now, Dan, do you think a certain amount of them drowned from the trying to help the struggling person, and that person was flaying around, and then maybe the other 2 just didn't know how to swim because of the current or the what? I mean, like
they weren't real specific about how it happened.
They weren't. They were just like,
and I think people panic like a riptide when they get pulled out to sea. If they start floating down the river, they start panicking and like exert too much energy. And then, Bubba, when you like out of nowhere without a good warm up, go as hard as you can. You hit the wall fast.
Oh, that's I hit the wall about 7 minutes after wake up. Usually,
but anyone that's not warmed up, if you just so how people like run from the cops, you're all of a sudden just chilling, then you just go into a full sprint. You can't go that far.
Now,
your body's not ready for it.
When you actually,
and some of these people probably weren't athletic. Like they said, they didn't have the skill set necessary to go help somebody in a river that has wild undertows and currents and things they're not familiar with, like I would be, and I'd still not jump into a dark river.
Yeah, not a lot of real good athletic swimmers are on pontoon boats.
Well, it looks like you're not supposed to be swimming in the reservoir.
So, Dan, let me ask you a question. The actual act of drowning, how does that? Is it you end up swallowing so much water that it like you drowned your lungs? Like, what's the actual physical attributes of drowning?
Usually, you don't take that breath in while you're conscious because you know it's going to be filled with water. But then once you go unconscious, your body will just reflexively try to take that breath in, and then it fills your lungs with fluid.
So do you become unconscious when you've lost your breath, like you cannot hold your breath anymore, and then that cause you to black out?
Right, and then you reflexively take a breath in, and that's when all the water gets into your lungs.
And your body naturally just says, okay, at that point, the mind no longer is controlling your breathe because you're holding your breath, and when you don't have mind control anymore, now your body just reactionarily wants to breathe.
Right.
And what you like is not that you could ever ask anybody that survived it, because I don't think it's when you
Some
drown.
people survive.
You can. There's been people that survived drowning.
Oh yeah,
lots of them.
A lot.
How?
Well, you hopefully that they haven't been underwater for more than 6 minutes. You black out
CPR.
after 90 seconds to 2.5 minutes. Get pulled out of the water. They do CPR. They push all the water out your lungs, and all of a sudden you're awake again within 6 minutes, and you have a really good chance of survival.
So let me ask you a question. Let's say a person. You say the average blackout period's about a minute to 90 seconds after after you can't hold your breath anymore, and your
It's
body
probably 2 minutes.
So your body shuts down at 2, okay? And let's say somebody yokes you out of the water within a minute of you being damn near dead, and they immediately start administering CPR, and you've often seen that movies where they start coughing up water and kind of get the machine running again. Does that person that has been yoked out of there and given CPR within 1 or 2 minutes, does that person have really good chances of being okay?
Yes.
Like not fried their brain or anything like that? When does the brain frying start? 5?
6 minutes.
6 minutes.
Yeah. With CPR, maybe 9.
Oh, because you're helping
because you're moving blood around.
The breathing process. So, what a tragedy, huh? I mean, what an absolute
catastrophic
tragedy. Have you ever treated a drowning in ER? Never.
No.
You do a couple shootings a night, but no drowning.
Yeah, I mean, people aren't drowning in New Orleans.
I'm all for this. And I pulled up the 20 oldest people in our Senate and Congress, and it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that these people.
I can't stand this.
I think we need to have, just like you have to be 35 in order to be the president and a U.S., an American. I think we should have. You cannot run for re-election before your 80th birthday. Meaning, like, now, if you're in the middle of your term, you can complete it if it go, let's say you got, elected at 78 and that term takes you to 82. After you're 80, I feel as if there should be a cap on how old you can be in order to be, somebody from president on down to congressman. Just because
I'd rather see term limits, but I do see your argument. It's a very strong argument because of the people over 80 that are in the Senate or Congress or in some sort of government. A lot of them, when you look at them and talk to them, you think, what do they have in common with an 18-year-old voter or a 25-year-old or 30-year-old voter? And the answer is nothing. And most of them have been there forever. And if they just get rid of them.
Could Nick or Bella or Trey have anything in common to talk to Mitch McConnell about? No, I'm just saying, like the Republican who's now struggling and been in the hospital. Here's a report on Mitch McConnell.
Nearly 2 years ago, President Joe Biden ended his re-election campaign after mounting questions about his health from Democrats and Republicans alike. My opponent, Andy Barr, was one of those voices. Here's what he said. If Andy Barr believed that Joe Biden should step down because of his health, why is he not demanding the same thing from Senator Mitch McConnell right now? After years of visible...
Now, isn't Mitch McConnell... It shows Mitch McConnell on some of his latest pie-facing episodes. Watch, ready?
Yes. Mitch McConnell's poor health has kept him in the hospital now for over a month with no transparency and no clarity on whether he would ever recover. And in that time, he's missed dozens of roll call votes while Congress is preparing to make...
We've had a lot of important votes that have gone through the House and the Senate. A lot. The big, beautiful bill, the Save... I mean, a lot of that that the people of Kentucky need to have their representative voting for their their rights and what your constituents of Kentucky would want. And when you're a no vote, that's the biggest bunch of bull crap, because your area is not being representative and you're not helping the party either.
I agree, but I don't think that the level of scrutiny for a senator should be the same as for the president. And so even though he's not the executive, he's not running the country, he's a representative supposedly representing his state. And they do a poor job.
He's a senator too. I mean, he's one of the 100
as a senator,
most...
but he still acts as a representative of his state. He's not any kind of executive branch. He's a rule maker, and he's a representative. So I don't think that the
he's absent,
burden.
Though. That's the problem.
Absence sucks, but competency isn't as critical as like a governor or the president that actually runs
but he's
things.
one of the most important people in the Senate. And as you could be, we're not wildly Republican. He needs to go. He's already said he's not going to run for re-election. Let someone else go sit in his spot until he's done, and let's go, man.
And if he's going to be a critic, as everybody was about Joe Biden, rightfully so, his cognitive skill, and he was just cooked and done. One could argue that Mitch McConnell is in that same arena. So if we're gonna hold Joe Biden to that and call him that he's cooked and that he's grandpa, he doesn't know sick him, I would think that you could have the same argument for Mitch McConnell.
And about 8 other House of Representatives and 2 or 3 other senators.
Let me tell you something. Let me just give you.
Chuck Grassley?
Hold on. After I get through this article, I have a whole list of everybody over 80. And it's like 13 Democrats and like 9 Republicans and 2 or 3 independents. It's both sides of the fence.
Make decisions over what to do with your tax dollars. This silence is costing Kentuckians. Andy Barr has loudly called out the health decline of elected officials when it was politically expedient. And now, when all Kentuckians are demanding answers, he's doing what he always does, ignoring Kentucky. It's clear that he feels no obligation to the people of this Commonwealth.
If our senator here in Florida missed, a lot of different votes and was absent during the last couple of very important deals, and you're in the hospital and you're not necessarily being transparent as to what you got going on, we wouldn't put up for that for a minute.
And that's why I'm running for U.S. Senate. Andy Barr would not be a replacement to Mitch McConnell. He'd replicate him. We can't afford 6 more years of big government lies.
Yeah, let's also not forget that the senators are on 6-year show play. Right. They're on 6-year deals.
Terms.
Now, I think that's ridiculous that a congressperson is 2 and they're 6. I think they should both be 4, because a poor congressman, it's like they're always campaigning. They're never not campaigning because their term's only 2 years. And whereas a senator, they're hardly ever campaigning because they're 6. So anyway, the oldest senators and representatives currently in the 119th Congress? I don't know which one this is. Yeah, the 119th Congress. Chuck Grassley, 92 out of Iowa.
Yeah, and he actually just announced he's going to rerun.
Out. Get him out of there.
What? Yeah, he's going to rerun. He said he's up for it.
Oh, Lord. Eleanor Holmes Norton, a Democrat from D.C., 88. Hal Rogers, a Republican from Kentucky, 87. So Kentucky's being led by Hal Rogers, who's 87, and Mitch McConnell, who's 82. Maxine Waters, Democrat from California, 87. Steny Hoyer, Democrat from Maryland, 86. Nancy Pelosi, Democrat from California, 85. James Clyburn, Democrat, South Carolina, 85. Danny Davis, Democrat, Illinois, 84. Bernie Sanders, Independent, Vermont, 84. Mitch McConnell, Republican, Kentucky, 82. James Risch, Republican, Idaho, 81. Angus King, Independent, Maine, 80. Dick Durbin, Democrat, Illinois, 80. David Scott, Democrat, Georgia, 80. John Carter, Republican, Texas, 81. Frederica Wilson, Democrat. Is that our? I don't think so. Frederica Wilson, Democrat, Florida, 80. Who's our senator from this? Probably Rick Scott.
Yeah, I think it's Rick.
And Ashley Moody.
Rosa Del Oro, Democrat out of Kentucky, 80. Virginia Fox, Republican. I'm sorry, Rosa DeLauro was a Democrat out of Connecticut. Virginia Fox, Republican out of North Carolina, 80. And Jim Baird, Republican out of Indiana, 81. And Grace Napolitanto and Haley Stevens are 78 and 79, respectfully. I mean,
so your cutoff's 80?
My cutoff, well, yes, my cutoff is 80. My cutoff is 80 unless you got like elected when you were 70. By the time that you
can't run at 80.
Yeah, you can't run. You can run at 79, and if it pushes you into 80, then fine. But you can't, you can't officially be a candidate if you're 1 minute over 80.
But your law wouldn't have stopped him now.
Biden or Trump.
The guy we're talking about now, the old man,
Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell, who's an invalid at 82.
Right, but he's done. He's done.
But for those of us that have had people around us that have gotten sick and have fallen, I mean, the decline is rapid, Bubba. You've seen it before where there's a guy that's super, super sharp, and then they cross 80, 81, 82, and all of a sudden there's a massively quick decline. It's hard to watch. It's part of the cycle of life. And, I would say what you're saying is right, because the average life expectancy in the United States for a man is 79 years old.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, this is
Chuck Grassley. I mean, this is him at 91.
It's the responsibility of Congress every year to pass appropriation bills to fund the government. Failure to enact the 12 annual appropriation bills by the end of a fiscal year of September 30th.
I want some 45-year-old dude in there that is sharp and doesn't poop his pants. And that's who I want in there.
The problem is all those guys, the politicians are in their early 40s and late 30s, are
jobs.
barely men. If they're men, if they're women, they've got blue hair. And they're hard to have any kind of authority because they don't even have real educations anymore.
I don't necessarily disagree. I really do not.
And their policies are socialist policies. When you look at the Democratic Socialist Party and you look at the platform, it's absolute insanity. It's crazy that those people are the ones that are going to be running our country, maybe. But the truth is, people like Danny or me or you or people that could hopefully give back to their communities
we can't get elected.
Never do so.
No.
I would never, ever expose my life to that type of scrutiny. When you look at a guy like Trump who could go anywhere, and now he's vilified and hated. And he's like the case study in what happens to a successful billionaire that tries to.
I should be a politician because I'm already hated.
Yeah, Jay won't even post a picture in a group chat.
That's right.
Hold on here.
Frequency.
Does it show how sharp he is here, or is he?
Yeah, can't you hear him? I mean, he's 91. I mean, if he gets reelected, he will be 101.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm out.
Oh.
Is Bunny thinking that she has to respond now to critics? I guess Jelly Roll's daughter, Bailey Ann, made some allegations, and now Bunny has to respond to it. Is that what we got going on here?
White trash that has
will
to
this
be in
ever
the
go?
news.
Will this is white trash that cannot stand just to let things lie. Has to just it's kind of like me. I'm white trash and I can't let it lie. I gotta get my side of the story out.
Bunny XO is setting the record straight. Days after Jelly Roll's daughter, Bailey Ann.
I just never have gotten the Jelly Roll.
Is that the daughter on the right?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Very
It makes
pretty,
Honey
huh?
Boo Boo look intelligent.
And claimed the real reason behind her dad and Bunny split would make the internet crumble. Bunny responds to a fan's comment on her July 22nd TikTok video after they asked about, quote, some weird stuff the 18-year-old had been posting, writing, nothing to clear up. She didn't say anything. People just want to run with a narrative. Love my baby forever. The response comes just days after Bunny and Jelly Roll finalized their divorce. And after Bailey shut down rumors that anyone cheated during a July 19th TikTok live stream per People magazine, explaining, nobody cheated. Y'all have no idea what happened. Wait till y'all find out. Bailey then added, the internet in totality is about to.
I'm out. I just can't. I can't do it.
Me either.
I can't. Sorry, Jelly Roll, Bunny, Bailey, the whole white trash. You know what? Maybe now society will see for these people for what they really are. A bunch of white trash that made it and manipulated, country music
Why can't we just like the music and why do we have to deal with the whole rest of it? Why can't musicians just post their music and we don't have to hear about all the other crap, because everyone's lives are screwed up, and highlighting this white trash, redneck, uneducated criminals and trying to make them elevate them to the same level of importance as even a Kardashian is pathetic.
Well, we've done it to ourselves. Everybody made him a pop culture phenomenon. WWE came a running like everybody, the Emmys and the Grammys, or the Grammys, I should say, and everybody propped this guy up for his. I used to be in prison. I used to be a drug dealer. I used to be a fat ass with face tattoos, and now I'm clean as the wind-driven snow, wholesome. I love Jesus.
Yeah, it's fake redemption.
Yeah, well, exactly. When I return, I don't necessarily know that I would charge this woman. If you roll up to your house and there's a 20-year-old man underneath the bed of your 13-year-old daughter.
What?
She should be a hero. She should be a hero, Bubba.
They arrested her because she put a bullet in the guy's head.
Is this California?
No, this is Tennessee.
What?
Memphis, Tennessee mom is charged with murder after she shot a 20-year-old man she found hiding under her 13-year-old daughter's bed at 1:45 in the morning. Now,
was it like consensual? Was this a dude that was?
There's no consensual with a 13-year-old.
No, Dan. Dan, that's not what I meant to say. Wrong phrase. Was this somebody the girl knew, or was this like an intruder?
It said that she said, the mom, who's in jail now, I saw a dude under my kid's bed and I did what I got to do. Absolutely.
Huh? Yeah, but she shot him when he was walking outside.
So? I don't
care. In the back of the head, isn't that, you can't do that, right?
You're probably not supposed to do that, but I mean, you're just supposed to let him walk right out?
Well, she asked him to leave.
Dan,
take one in the right ass cheek.
I'm just telling you right now, Dan, if you found when your daughter was 13, or Jay when your daughter was 13, which wasn't
right
even
now.
Yeah, and if you and Kendall came home from a little bit of a dinner, you guys stayed out a little bit, had a couple of desserts and some cocktails, you came home at 1:45 and there's a 20-year-old man underneath your daughter's bed, I don't know that you don't shoot him in the back of the head as well.
Well, the only way he's getting outside is through the second floor window.
What's that?
The only way he's getting outside is through the second floor window.
And they arrested this woman. We'll get to that next.
It's the Bubba Love Sponge Show.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Hey, we'll be right back.
Bulldog Tommy, 73 months. Good morning.
Hi, Bulldog Tommy.
Yeah, exactly. Jay. What do you mean, big arms? Put you in jury. Put you in the jury. Yeah, we're working on that, Jay. Yes, Macho, Jay.
Seth Wiley. Thank you, buddy.
Huh? There's no pushiness. Just trying to help Jay out. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. Thank you for the 50, J-Law Bronco. Oh, ask him, Mike Mass. Money organic gene.
Hey, Lemon. You gonna have me some?
Yeah, I got to
Look it up, lock it in. Let me begin.
I'll send them right after the show. They'll show me some. Send them now.
Have we been getting any traction off of those? I think we have a couple, haven't we?
Yeah, each different platform has had one kind of go off. The last one was X. Had like 700,000.
Oh, we got one that did that?
Yeah, off X. The last one with the box in the pool.
Oh, did that one go good?
Yeah.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't stop watching it.
It was
because you could almost get some jugs. You could almost get a little jugs on it.
Yeah.
But you couldn't.
I think that's what people like. They were watching it, and then it with the jugs.
You could almost see jugs, but you couldn't.
She knew what she was doing.
Harley-Davidson in Homosassa has the hottest deals this summer. Tell a Bubba Army and get a free helmet with any new motorcycle purchase. Wear any Bubba Army gear when you're at the store and score an extra surprise HD swag bag Monday through Friday. Take a test ride and grab a free summer swag bag loaded with mystery items, hats, t-shirts, koozies, challenge coins, and more. Or jump into the payment swap event. Trade your car, truck, boat, RV, or anything with a payment and ride home on a Harley. Stop by Crystal Harley-Davidson today. Your next adventure is waiting. You can always check him out online at crystalharley.com.
Banned in all 50 states and 100 countries. We're back to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Don't forget you can go to Tubi right there on your phone. Get the Tubi app. Or on your computer. Tubi.com, or it's probably an app on your TV. If not, go to your TV app store. It's free. Download Tubi. You wouldn't believe all the good stuff on Tubi. I was not a big Tubi guy until Video Killed the Radio Star appeared on Tubi. I think it rolled out on July 22nd. It's been doing really well. I think they're supposed to get numbers sometime this week. But I know on some different, I watched it a couple different times, or at least went to it, and it was on I think the docu-series number 3 in the docu-series section.
Awesome. So,
and by the way, Jay Diaco has a big role. Jay, how many have you watched it privately, other than when we saw it for the debut or the premiere, I should say?
Well, I watched when it was series before the big debut, where it was all lumped into one thing. And so I haven't watched these 3 episodes, but if it's similar to the ones that I saw before, I liked it broken up better.
It's way better.
There was a cliffhanger at the end of each episode that made you want to watch the next one. Like when Roger Stone dips in at the end of episode 1, you're like, what?
Yeah. I think it plays better, far better as 3 than 1, and that's what they've done on Tubi. Go to Tubi, and literally, if you type in the word video in the search engine, VI, by the time you hit to D, it's aggregated and been searched so much that the time you type, if you go in and the search feature of Tubi and type in VID, boom, it's the first thing it pulls up. So a lot of people are searching it. A lot of people are watching it. We got a couple phone calls today from people. I think one guy was from Panama City. Another guy was from somewhere else. And Ohio. It really will. It will really surprise you. It was very well done, but it'll just surprise you just how bad. And I'm not trying to be a victim or feel sorry for myself, but Jay's lived through most of this.
It's shocking.
How bad I've been screwed with just for being who I am today. I've never,
two tiers of justice: the Bubba system and the rest of us.
And it's really, I mean, it's absolutely amazing how as soon as somebody's associated with me or my name's brought up in some way in the legal circles of where we live, I instantaneously, you would think that I'm a child toucher or done something so bad that I would be treated that way. But all I've done is just been the spokesperson of the average guy who, needs a voice and held people, many a times back in the day I was called the People's Hammer, held people accountable. And for that, I've now positioned, or I am positioned and have been positioned for a very long time as the bad guy. I'm the bad guy.
It's amazing how long the memory is of local media when it's so short for national media. You got that guy, Graham Plattner, with tattoos on his chest, and he's running for the Senate, and no one cares about that. And something that happened with you over a consensual something 13 years ago. It's like it happened yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, they're ready to put like a complete nut job in Maine as the next senator or congressman. That guy had real support and was going to be the candidate until I think his latest domestic violence thing finally stuck. And I think finally they just couldn't stand by the guy anymore. But he was this guy up in Maine. And it was like, oh, he deserves a second chance. And why don't I get a second chance? Why does anybody ever give me a second chance?
Yeah. Exactly. Like anyone would take your explanation. I didn't know what that tattoo was. You literally said, I had no idea it was stolen from me. And all of it has now come to truth and fruition that what you said was true.
Yeah.
Watch that thing on Tubi, everybody. Yeah. We'd be blown away. If you haven't watched it, I know the diehard Bubba fans have watched it, but if you're just catching the show and you've never watched it, you have no idea what Bubba's talking about, you will be absolutely blown away after 3 episodes. And then call us, please. Yeah. I'd love to know what you think after you hear it.
Yeah. I was talking to Tate and Ian this weekend, and maybe after a couple more weeks or so, they're going to give it to us in 3-episode form to put on our YouTube channel.
Oh, that'd be good.
And let people watch it on our YouTube channel, put some commercials like every 30 minutes like we do with the show, and let people that, there's probably a percentage of people that don't want to screw around with Tubi. I don't got Tubi and I ain't dealing with Tubi. Okay, that's no problem. Because I'm going to have it on my YouTube here probably in less than a month, and you have an opportunity to watch it there too.
A woman is charged with first-degree murder after an overnight...
I kind of maybe feel sorry for this mom.
A woman is charged with first-degree murder after an overnight shooting in the
Now, maybe the cops know something we don't. Maybe they do.
Her Holmes neighborhood. This happened around 1:45 on Travis Road. Police arrived on the scene to find a man shot. He was pronounced dead on the scene. Kendra Scott, here on your screen, is charged with murder and possession of a firearm.
Well, maybe she was maybe a felon, because I got to think that the average mom that's not done anything wrong can own a firearm. I know Tennessee is a right to carry state. So, the only way they would get you for having a firearm in your own home, which is completely protected under the Second Amendment, if you've never been in major trouble, if you've had a DUI or something minor, but if you've not, it's my understanding, Jay, anything misdemeanor and below, you can still, exercise your Second Amendment right, especially in your home, and you can own a gun.
I think in Florida, for sure, unless you've been convicted of a felony, misdemeanor is not enough to take your Second Amendment rights away in the state of Florida.
Now, it may not be that you can travel with it and have it necessarily, in your backpack or anything like that. But I mean, in your home is, your castle, your doctrine is one of the most protected places where you can arm yourself unless you've had a dust up. And Lummy, you said you might have the dust up.
Well, it looks like the daughter invited the 20-year-old in. He looks like he's a special needs guy.
Oh.
So they say he's soft-spoken, respectful, and he had a learning disability and probably didn't understand the situation. And it looks like witnesses are saying that he was leaving, apologizing while he was going out the door, and she shot him in the back of the head.
And now it's saying that she also, part of her charges were, possessing a firearm. And I got to think that you absolutely can possess a firearm in your home in Tennessee unless you've had some prior type of major deal like a felony, and at that point that would be the only way they could potentially charge you with a gun violation, is if you aren't supposed to have a gun. Because I mean, I think Jay, you're absolutely the most. I even think people of California, Jay, and like New York and Chicago, where they have these really strict gun laws, can you still have one in your house?
Each state and city is different, and some of the most restrictive gun laws are the states that have the worst homicide rates.
Oh yeah, they usually all do. Yeah, because
Chicago,
because the bad guys are the only ones that have the guns at that point. The good people don't have guns.
They used to have gun-free zones, and guess what happened? Criminals went there because they knew there was no one with a gun to defend them.
Yeah, so
you're right.
I think that even if you live in one of these really, really strict no gun areas, I don't even think you can have one in your house. And that's ridiculous. Now, I know that you can't, in these really, really strict gun areas, drive around with it in your car, have it on your person, have it concealed, like they have in very lenient states, like, let's say, Florida. They have an open carry where you can actually carry your gun as long as it's... No, I think you can actually... Didn't Dan Lummy, the very first day of the law, had it out? You can have it out like in a cowboy holster type deal.
Yeah, he walked in with it in a holster.
Yeah, of course he did.
Open carry.
So, I mean, we are, one of the more lenient, liberal states with regards to the Second Amendment. But I think even in its strictest form, let's say, downtown Chicago, downtown New York, downtown L.A., downtown Minneapolis, downtown Detroit, some of these very, very... maybe you could Google the strictest gun laws in America. And, if I live in downtown Chicago where guns are not necessarily legal to carry, have in your possession when you're at home, one would think that you'd be able to have a shotgun or, maybe not a handgun because that's more concealable, but dating back to our living in Little House on the Prairie, everybody's got a musket type of deal, right? One would think that you could always have a gun to protect your property.
Well, if I remember a story correctly, there was that Chicago guy, that civil rights lawyer. They were having the George Floyd riots and protests, and they went into his neighborhood. And you remember he came out with his AR-15, and he just made everyone go away. He didn't actually shoot anybody.
I think I was actually in St. Louis.
Was it St. Louis?
Yeah.
I thought it was Chicago.
No, it was St. Louis, and it was behind a guarded gate community.
Right.
And these people, these protesters or whatever, had jumped the guarded gate community and were traipsing on his property, and he came out with him and his wife with a couple long rifles, and they just shooed. They didn't shoot anybody. They just showed them their rifles and to tell them to get the hell out of there, and they were gonna throw him. I think he ended up getting either pardoned or it got thrown out or something. But they were initially, Jay, gonna really hold that guy in a bad deal. What's this here?
This is showing the gun law strength. If you go down, you see California's number 1, New Jersey 2, Connecticut 3, and if you click on the state, it should tell you what their
deal.
Yes.
All right. So let's look at New York. All right. So there's total population 20 million. Okay. Blah blah blah. Annual population growth. So what does this show me here, Lummy? What am I looking at?
It's supposed to tell you what their laws and regulations are. That's what the website told me it was going to do.
As far as whether you can have a gun or not?
Correct.
It looks like it's more of a population deal. Now, these are so when gun laws strength rank, 10th, 20th, 30th, 40th, 50th. So, like, am I assuming that this color here is... so California is the most restrictive gun state, yes. Number 1. New Jersey's number 2, right? Connecticut's number 3. New York's number 4. Massachusetts number 5. Illinois 6. Hawaii 7. Maryland 8. But, like, I just would like to know the gun law. Like, okay, in California, what's the official law? Like, you know, are you allowed to have a gun or can you not have a gun? No way, shape, or form.
I sent you
California is
California.
California is the state with the strictest gun laws, and it. Go ahead, you got something for me?
I do. I've just read something about this one because the reason that she got in trouble is they said it was first degree with possession of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony. So apparently, the daughter stated to the investigators that she had invited Morton to the home around 1:20 or 1:30 a.m. She said she and the man were afraid of the mom, Scott, who had a gun and had previously warned her that if she saw the boy in the house, she would put a hole in his expletive head. That's probably not good.
So she'd already told the 13-year-old, if you have this kid rolling around here anymore, I'm going to put a gun in his effing head or put a hole in his head.
Yep.
Well, I mean, but I think the kid being special needs, autistic, whatever.
That's not going to help.
Right. So anyway,
but they're also like, if he doesn't know that he's doing anything wrong and yet he's hiding under the bed. What does that mean?
Yeah.
He knows he's doing something wrong.
Well, I mean, yeah, she threatened him before.
For example, in Massachusetts, those who wish to purchase a firearm must obtain a permit to purchase from their local police department. The process alone can take weeks and requires paperwork, an interview, a background check, and then after all that, the police chief says that the police chief has the discretion to deny any license. After obtaining a license, the purchaser must present the license at the gun store and pass additional background checks.
I sent you what California is.
Wow. And then the police have the list of everyone who purchased a gun.
Yeah. And then now they know you got a gun. So, Lummy, California gun laws in 2026, concealed carry, open carry, permits, and where you can carry. And let's not forget, California is the strictest in our entire country for gun laws. Key update, 2026, California operates under the shall issue standards, including NYSRPA versus Bruin, meaning good cause is no longer required for permits. However, the state enforces strict requirements under Senate Bill 2, SB 2, including a 16-hour training curriculum and an extensive list of sensitive places where carrying is prohibited. So open carry, prohibited. Loaded and generally unloaded in public. So it looks like, Lemmy, you cannot carry it in public at all.
No.
Concealed carry, legal with permit. So... well, this is kind of like the way Florida used to be. You couldn't open carry, but you could conceal carry, right? If you had a permit. Permitless carry, no, must have a license to be concealed. Okay, I don't got a problem with that. Minimum age, 21. California does not honor permits from any other state, so you can't roll
that's
up.
A problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. Duty to inform varies, not a state statute, but sometimes a mandatory condition for a specific CCW license. Vehicle carry, restricted. Handguns must be unloaded and locked in a container, trunk, or lockbox. Now, does that override if you have a CCW permit? Can you ride around in it with you in your car, unlocked and not in a hand box, if you have a permit? Magazines,
I'm not testing it.
Magazines 10-round limit. Possession over 10 rounds is legally complex, and there's another state law. So it looks.
So you can't have a Glock with a 12 round or 15 round magazine.
No, you can only have 10. You could actually have 11. One in the chamber and then 10 in the magazine. So you can the most many bullets that you can carry around in California is 11.
Huh.
So I mean, that's restrictive and not nearly the Wild West that Florida's in, but it's not like I don't like it.
But you said Wild Wild West, and that's what everyone said, on the news was going to happen in Florida. And I cannot think of a single crime that's happened with an open carry or something that's happened because of that change in the law.
No,
in Florida.
Because everybody
Can you
keeps
guys?
yourself in check. Because that guy that you might want to, get a little road ragey with or whatever, you have to say, listen, that guy could have a gun. That nut job could have a gun because anybody can have a gun now in Florida for the most part. As long as you've not been convicted of a felony, you can have a gun. So I don't think I'm going to road rage on this guy. Nope. And it kind of self-polices itself, does it not, kind of?
Yeah, but I think, all the people on, the narrative was this is going to be the Wild West. You'd see people at Walmart with open carries, and you'd see people intimidating others from doing things that they had a constitutional. You don't see any of that.
No, you really don't.
There's none of that.
There's none of that. 2 principals were pulled over for DUI. Listen, I mean, our poor little principals, they need to go out and have a ladies' night out. They're not touching kids or doing anything disruptive. They just got a little too much to drink that night. Do we really got to hold it against them?
Well, one of them's kind of a dumbass. The cop let her go, and then she Ubered back to her car a couple hours later, and he pulled her over again.
Yeah, he gave her a break. Here we go.
Partying principals in big trouble.
Party principals.
Known for their wild motivational videos, they are now starring in a much different kind of video. Police body cam. As Brooke Anderson reports, both principals were pulled over for DUI.
These women who were pulled over for a suspected DUI, get ready for this, are school principals.
We're both principals. We're not bad people.
Principals Christina Alcalde
that do all these TikTok videos and stuff. Look at
and Jennifer Jimenez are known for their high-energy motivational videos at Pinecrest Academy in Claremont, Florida. Now they're in hot water after cops say both were driving drunk.
I don't know if I want my principal to be doing TikTok videos. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Miss Jennifer, you consumed any alcohol today?
No, I swear to God I haven't.
Because I can smell it.
Yes, I have.
Jennifer Jimenez was driving, and that's Christina Alcalde in the passenger seat.
You're all over the road.
Okay.
Do you remember hitting the curb over there?
No, I do not. Swear by my future.
Body cam shows Jimenez refusing a field sobriety test.
What I'm going to ask of you is if you would like to perform field sobriety exercises to dispel my concern.
I can't do that.
Go ahead, put your hands behind your back.
Jimenez was arrested for driving under the influence.
Now, Jay, would they lose? I mean, is this reason for them to get fired, you think?
It depends on the contracts and the specific school jurisdiction because, there is stuff that's like conduct unbecoming.
So they could potentially be
certain
that.
Contracts may have that. I don't know if you necessarily want the principal of your school doing this kind of stuff. So I don't know. It really depends on the employment contract, but I could see how there'd be certain contracts that would have a for cause here.
And the school board certainly could be meeting about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then comes this bizarre turn.
Oh, no, then this is you're right. This is the best twist on all. So the officer tells the other principal, these are 2 principals together at the same school. I give them one must be an assistant, must be a regular. The officer says, listen, you've been drinking, but you need to ride share, Uber, Lyft home, and you're going to be okay. So he gives her a break. Like, that's a big break.
Cops say that after her friend's arrest, the Jeep was moved to a nearby parking lot and Christina Alcalde was sent home in a ride share. But then they say she went to the parking lot to retrieve the car to then drive to jail to bail her fellow principal out of jail.
So she goes, she Ubers home. They put her, the SUV in a public parking lot. Rather than just sleep it off and go back the next day with your husband or whoever you go back with, she goes back that night because she's got to get her old girl out of jail, and they bust her for DUI upon picking up the vehicle.
So she was going to try to bail her out drunk?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's how drunk she was. Is she thinks she could go and bail out her buddy, and they usually have an 8-hour hold on you. They usually got an 8-hour hold on you, and after 8 hours, they'll check to make sure that you're no longer, blowing that you're well under the capacity.
Same
You're
cop
spending
pulls
the
her
night in jail 9 out of 10 times.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
over 2.5 hours later.
Why are you driving? You were really drunk when I talked to you?
I know.
It's
but
a
I'm
couple
not,
hours later.
I understand. I'm really not. I promise you I'm not. I'm just really worried about my friend.
Alcalde agreed to a field sobriety test, but it's not enough to keep her from being arrested.
All right, go ahead and put your hands behind your back, okay?
Man, what a tragic night. Because she was actually let go, this chick was.
Yeah.
Until she decided to go get her friend.
Oh,
put your hands behind your back.
That's quite the mugshot. Jean Marie Moore is a former teacher who worked with both women and says their arrests come as no surprise.
Oh, here's a teacher that hated all their tic-tac nonsense.
No surprise. Nights where they were out drinking, always drinking, every activity.
We're both principals. We're not bad people.
Both principals have pleaded not guilty to DUI charges, each released on $2,000 bond. The academy where they work tells us they have taken appropriate administration action without specifying exactly what that is.
I mean, they'd have to eventually answer to the parents as to what that is, right? Or maybe if you have a kid that goes there, they email you. Try to keep it in-house, not try to make it public. Something like that. The last story before we leave is did you see, where this influencer, this TikTok girl?
Yeah.
She was like doing a documentary or something.
No, it's a TikTok trend where people say like, I'm waiting for my next Netflix documentary to drop, and then they name something. So you'd say, the Hogan sex tape, or
but I got one of those already.
Exactly. But Jay would say, my next deposition, something like that.
So it'd be like, "Hi, I'm JD Acco, and I'm waiting for my new Netflix documentary about how good I am at depositions."
Exactly.
And it's really, there is no documentary coming. It's just you being trying to be a little full of yourself.
Yeah, and then you put
there's a trend going on right now.
Yeah, you put stuff behind it, like Jay would then show him in a trial or
putting
something.
a microphone on my jacket and trying to sit down like I'm getting ready for an interview. I think I actually did one.
Oh, there you go.
How am I going to do this trend if I actually do have a documentary out? Like, what is that?
You should do it with the real documentary.
Hi, this is Bubba the Love Sponge, and I'm sitting here getting ready to watch my documentary that's currently on Tubi.
Waiting for justice.
Waiting for justice.
That's it.
Yeah. Anyway, this woman did one, right?
Yes.
And then her husband... Is it her husband or her ex?
No, it's her husband. Her husband,
he
they
killed
both
her?
were on TikTok, yeah.
Why'd he kill her?
Because she said that she found out he was a pedophile.
Oh, was he?
Well, I guess supposedly he was going to meet up with, he was a youth basketball coach, and he was going to meet up with a 15-year-old.
Yeah, Duffy, who was a youth basketball coach, was accused by a mom of kissing and touching her 15-year-old daughter. He also allegedly invited the girl to his hotel room during a tournament trip. So the woman that gets killed is Sarah Gilson.
Yes.
And she goes and does this TikTok trend saying, "Hey, I'm preparing for my next documentary, my Netflix documentary about my soon-to-be ex-husband who I just found out is a pedophile." She posts that, correct?
Yes.
And then he kills her.
2 weeks later, he killed her.
1, 2, 3.
Torture never stops. The Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
So they play the documentary music and...
Yep. And that's it.
Man, we're getting some bad storms here.
We are. I thought it was going to be done by now. The lightning is absolutely crazy.
Oh my God, Lum Lum. Let me look at that. Oh, it's bad. Have you seen the radar?
Yeah, it looks like it's growing. Watcher's in the back, we got his pants around his ankles looking at the radar.
He's a radar guy, isn't he?
He's a fucking weather mark.
It's building. It's going to be this way for a while.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be all afternoon. Yes, neat diggity, yes. What's up, Dirt Merchant? Yeah, you shouldn't have your lips. Thunder is bad. Biggie, you are correct. What's up, Big Lander? Did you put it up there? Did not you put it the radar? Come on, watch. Show it. Show him what it looks like. Damn, fucking lightning. Is it always this bad here? Damn. Those are floating out there. Yeah, it's right in the background. Organic gene. Picking it all up, huh? Yeah, the subwoofer with thunder. Listen to it back, see how loud it is. So do you have a lightning curve with your lips?
Man, this is bad, Lum Lum.
I know. Is it normally like this when the storm comes through?
No, I mean this is no.
No? Yeah, this is.
Too human to be predictable. More now. This is the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
About out of here, JD Acco via Zoom. Here is. So the way this goes down is, I guess they get the documentary music, the standard documentary music that they play for documentaries, and then you sit down and I don't know if you say, but in this case it was text, preparing for when Netflix drops a documentary about my soon-to-be ex-husband, who I found out was a pedophile. So this is the woman's. This is what she put on TikTok. And by the way, she's quite attractive.
She's not bad looking.
Very attractive.
Yeah, she's 43.
She was.
Yeah.
So that's what she put on there. And he obviously found out about it, right?
Yes.
And I think this walks us through.
This influencer on this app did that Netflix trend that come into a space like this, with the cameras, and then you sit down and you say, preparing for my Netflix doc about whatever. Most people did silly stuff that wouldn't really be worthy of a Netflix doc, but some people did serious stuff. And it would be written, the caption.
By the way,
I don't know if you guys know me or not, but
hold on. That's thunder in the background.
And she did write.
We got a hell of a thunderstorm happening right now.
She has eyebrows for days.
About her ex, discovering her ex is a pedophile. And it went viral. And he also had a big following here on TikTok. He was, a TikToker as well as being a coach. And
now, he killed himself, did he not?
Yes, he did.
It was murder-suicide.
Yes.
A little bit of discovery that I've done here. It appears that she had great evidence to believe this was true. He had not been arrested. He was a coach of young girls in sports in this.
Did they have any kids?
Yes, that too.
Oh, man. Way to automatically just ruin your children.
The child was only 15, the alleged victim. She separated from him. She obtained a restraining order, a temporary restraining order.
Now, Jay, my question is to you: like, if the 15-year-old, now let me ask, the 15-year-old that's got the TRO, or was it the wife that got the TRO?
I think it was the wife.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I can see. Well, potentially, her allegations weren't yet investigated, because I'm sure that they were going to investigate him, right? If she had substantial evidence.
So.
Yeah.
You know how difficult it is to get a restraining order. It's usually repeat offense of violence.
Right.
From what I can tell, they were together as recent as Memorial Day. So, she discovered it somewhere in there, got the restraining order, and about 2 weeks ago did the trend. He had a huge following, and he went private just before this tragedy happened. And the tragedy is he went to her house last night and shot her, and then himself and one of her children from her previous relationship. I believe like a preteen boy who was not hurt, thank God, physically. He was the one who called the police. And when the police arrived, they were already both deceased. Absolutely devastating. And please pray for her.
Pray for her.
I think maybe
not
her.
I mean, once you're dead, There's no praying for you where you're going to go. That needed to happen a long time ago.
On her name's Sarah Gilson, on her TikTok page, after she put out that video, which now has 6.2 million views. I don't know where it was at yesterday, but it was.
Well, wouldn't they pull that down if that's in the commission of a crime, Jay? And
you would absolutely think so. I mean, how can you leave that up?
Right, and you would think the authorities would need that as evidence, right? Like,
yes,
very much
for sure,
show the
100%.
Yeah,
huge and trending. I'm sure it was well over a couple million before he felt driven to do this horrible crime. Obviously, he was mentally ill and a murderer. But she thanked her beautiful friend Courtney for supporting her. And Courtney's put up a GoFundMe. She thanked her followers.
GoFundMe for what? The kids, maybe?
Yeah, the kids. For the kids.
And, this is why people say, hey, why don't...
Which I understand.
Women come forward sooner. Why don't they speak up? Well, she spoke up.
Well, you probably shouldn't have put it on. I'm not blaming her. I'm not blaming her at all. Like, I cannot be any more sorrowful as to what happened to her. But when you got those type of allegations, people will do absolutely whack stuff to get away from those allegations. And you need to go to the cops privately and let them catch him by surprise than putting it, as part of a viral trend.
And looked like she was well on her way to do that if she'd already gotten a restraining order. I mean, there's no reason to do that on a trendy thing that's supposed to be funny. That's the problem. I feel so badly for her for what the result was. But looks like she was already trying the appropriate mechanisms, Bubba.
Maybe the authorities were not quick enough to look into this, and maybe they're a little bit to blame, maybe?
I don't know. It sure is sad, though, when the murder-suicide, it makes you wonder whether the allegations were true or not when that's the result.
Oh,
or if it's just somebody whose life was turned upside down by false accusations. It could be either.
It could. It could be either, but one will never know. So one would probably lean towards it was true on that drastic of a deal, right?
Yeah.
Jay,
we
will see you tomorrow, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Jay Diaco, I don't know if you're coming in or Zoom, but your Zoom's pretty damn smooth today, my friend. Thank you.
I got a green screen, so hopefully we'll get it so you like the backdrop.
I'm fine. The sound is incredible.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting me do it. I got a busy day. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jay.
All right.
Lummy, we're going to shoot some look it up, lock it in, let me begins.
Yes, we are.
All right. We will see you tomorrow. Appreciate you.
Thanks for letting me finish.
You've been listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
co-host and show historian, Lummit.
It's Brian Matroni, king of counter program.
Gene Lasker, voice of the people. Glad you get to hear me.
Gary Cantrell, video editor.
Yeah, back here wiring up. It's Mini Macho.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
Co-host, Dr. Dan Diaco, Esquire, of Council.
Co-host, J. Diaco, Esquire, the Spitting Cobra, of Council.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is prohibited.
We must dissuade him of this delusion.
Until next time, always remember.
I'll repeat hello.